The following is a production of WCMP Sports. It's time for a high school football matchup here on WCMP as we're at the state tournament. This matchup here tonight, we see the North Branch Vikings set to face off against the Rocori Spartans. It's Class 4A state tournament football time. We've got kickoff coming up here shortly. We'll head to the field now for the pregame.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's state Class 4A football matchup between your North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. We're out here at Blaine High School, the home of the Bengals, tonight for this Class 4A state matchup between, again, the North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. Rocori winners, champions of Section 8, and North Branch winners of Section 7I. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman here on 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP. And to my right tonight is going to be Joe Lattimore. Joe, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me on here, Ethan. Great to be here for a little state football action.
Yeah, and it should be a good one here tonight between these two teams, both of them 8-2 as they come in to tonight's game. And as we take a look at Rocori's schedule in Section 8 4A, as I mentioned, they finished 8-2 on the season. They were 4-0 in the section, ranked 5th in the state, a very good team year in and year out. And their two losses on the season came in back-to-back games against Hutchinson and Wilmer, both Section 2 two 4A schools, and then they went into the playoffs. They beat Little Falls pretty handedly in their opening playoff game, 65-12. Then they came out against Becker. Becker, as we all know, is very familiar with the state tournament.
Yeah, the Rocori came through just a real tough section, and not only that, North Central District has some really big heavy hitter teams in there. Actually, two teams on their schedule that they played actually are in state right now. Hutchinson and Chisago Lakes playing here tonight. So it's a section, it's a sub-district that is really tough to get through, and with what they went through to get here, that kudos to them, because they play a lot of tough competition. Yeah, they do. And Chisago Lakes, you mentioned them, they're an interesting story. They only had 2 wins during the regular season, but have since just gone on an absolute tear. They were winners of their section, 43-42 over Fridley, and they will play Simley tonight over in Forest Lake, so they will be over there playing as well. And stay tuned to both WCMP and KBK as we'll keep you up to date on all of our local games. Of course, volleyball happening this evening as well, state tournament volleyball action. Of course, we've got tonight's game between North Branch and Rocori. We have Malacca taking on New London Spicer over at El Guerrero. It's a lot going on. Of course, Ogilvy's game tonight has been postponed to tomorrow. The snow up there going to be a little bit too bad for teams to travel. They'd rather keep them safe than sorry. So that will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. It's got the time change has been about 3 times. But in our game here tonight, as I mentioned, the North Branch Vikings taking on the Rocori Spartans. And we mentioned how tough it was for Rocori to get here, but that's not to say it wasn't tough for North Branch to get here. They have a pretty tough section as well with Hermantown and Grand Rapids. Right, that section, sub-district, they come through the red, sub-district, northeast, sub-district, and all the big teams in northeastern Minnesota, North Branch being one of them, of course, and they have some tough competition to go through. Like you said, those teams that also Duluth East, a 5A school. So they do play up a little bit of competition there. And again, to get to where they are, they had to knock off Hermantown, a team that they lost to earlier in the year in a close game, and then got Cloquet there in the section final. But Cloquet had to go up to Grand Rapids and knock them off, which was undefeated at the time, and I would say was probably the favorite in the section coming in. So North Branch was able to take care of their business and got a home game last week, and here we are in Blaine tonight.
Yeah, a rare section championship at home for any team, but North Branch took full advantage of that, and they got the victory over Cloquet. And I don't think it's talked about enough that Cloquet went up and beat Grand Rapids, and it wasn't just like they won barely. They got a win handedly over the number 1 seeded Grand Rapids, and like you mentioned, probably the favorite to come out of that section to the state tournament, but they got upset at home by Cloquet, 42-15. I mean, Cloquet simply ran away with that game, but then they ran into North Branch again at home, and if you don't say home field advantage made a difference, well, I beg to differ, because when you get a section championship game at home, my goodness, does that mean the world to the home team.
Absolutely, it's a huge advantage to have, and also being at home, and they're also playing on turf. A lot of teams at this size have turf now, so it's not like you're losing out on playing on grass when everything else is now turf. But being able to play at home, for whatever reason, I don't know why the section did that, but North Branch gets the fare for that, and what a great atmosphere being there, having North Branch win at home to go to state for the first time in program history. What an accomplishment, and what a job that they have done. If you look at it, last year, North Branch 8-0 out of the regular season, favored to come out, play just a grinder at a neutral field. I think it was at Public School Stadium up in Duluth, and lost to Grand Rapids, a team they beat earlier in the year, to go to state. So just that next year mentality here. It's here they are, and probably a year they might not have thought they'd been here, but here they are. So it's kind of fun to see, and happy for their program.
And as I was talking about in volleyball, it is the best of the best here in state. Doesn't matter if you feel like you do belong or whether you just scraped your way in. It's the best of the best here in the state tournament. We're going to hear a word from our fine sponsors, but we'll also hear a word from the head coach of the North Branch Vikings, Justin Voss. I was able to get an interview with him, so we'll take a minute to hear a word from our fine sponsors, and then we'll hear that interview with Justin Voss. You're listening to State Tournament Football here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350.
At Dungarvan, they are creating something really special and would like to add you to their amazing team. Dungarvan is looking for individuals who want to make a difference. If you are creative, solution-focused, or are simply looking to grow in your career, Dungarvan wants you. Dungarvan is looking to add experienced and committed human service professionals to support individuals with disabilities. We are currently hiring direct support and supervisor roles. Apply online at dungarvancareers.com or call 651-699-6050 to speak with a recruiter today.
Kathy Carcetti at Remax Synergy is dedicated to helping all her clients find homes of their dreams. Buying or selling a home, or just curious about the local market? With over 32 years of helping people, Kathy can help guide you through the nuances of the local market with access to top listings and a worldwide network. Kathy Carcetti will work hard to make your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable. At this time, Kathy would like to say good luck to the North Branch Vikings. We are now joined by the head coach of the North Branch Vikings football team, Justin Voss. So first and foremost, congratulations on being section champs, and how does it feel?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a great accomplishment. We have a really tough district we play in, a really tough section. I think that was evident throughout the year. There's this really good competition back and forth. So to be a section champion in our district, in our section, it's a nice honor. And I think even above that, when you look what all goes into being a section champion, going to state, I think probably teams that aren't, they would say this, it's not just the coaches that coach, it's not the players of the team, it's a community feel and community excitement. And I think we look at us going to state, I think of our school district, all the teachers that support our student athletes, I think of the fans that come out to all our games, I think of our families that bring their kids to practice, I think of our businesses in town that support us, the community at large that supports us. Certainly our football guys are playing. They're out there putting forth their best effort. All that, I believe, goes into our success. All the youth coaches that have coached these guys from fourth grade up. It takes just a whole community, and we have a strong community in North Branch, and I'm thankfully a part of it. And it was evident in all our efforts this year that led to section finals. So I think of the section finals, it's a great, prideful moment. But it's not just about the guys on the football team and the coaches. It's about our entire community, those youth coaches, the staff that have taught these students throughout the year, the custodians, the bus drivers, all those people that have supported us along the way. They're a part of this win and part of the section championship. That's pretty exciting and pretty prideful.
Absolutely, and you kind of touched on it, but what does it mean and it's not just, like you said, not just the football players, but for everybody, for this program to be headed to state for the first time?
Yeah, it's kind of pays tribute to all the folks that have helped us along the way, and I kind of listed those folks off. To go a little deeper, though, all the past Vikings, all the alumni have talked to me and emailed me and reached out and congratulated me. Past coaches have done that as well. When you create a football program, you want to bring people in and involve people and have them be a part of what you're doing. And for our alumni, the past Vikings to have put forth the effort they've done, to build the program to where it's at. I'm not just talking about guys last year. I'm talking about guys 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, 60 years ago. All those people had impact on Viking football, and they left part of what they did there with us. And that's why we're at where we're at, because of all those folks that put forth the effort to get where we're at. And it's so fun. It's so rewarding, exciting. I think the word that comes back is prideful. I love that word, prideful. To see the excitement that's it's brought to our community, and to see that engagement with our community in our school district. And so all of that, I think, it just makes it really special. It's the first one. That's fantastic. I love that. It kind of checks that box or for that first off the plate. I just think, though, when I look at this, I think of the pridefulness that people have and the pride that people have in what we're doing and accomplished. And it's not just us; it's the whole community. It's all those folks, like I kind of mentioned earlier, that are part of that. And that's pretty special.
For sure, and to get to state, you had to take on two teams from the regular season. How tough was it to game plan against teams that you're familiar with?
Yeah, that's challenging. Those are good football teams. Hermantown's a really good football team. Always give us troubles when we play them, and Cloquet the same way. A good football team, both teams well coached. So really, it's when you see somebody so much, you know pretty well, certainly. And that can be a good thing, and also can be a bad thing, because you got to try to find little changes that might give you an advantage. And certainly with Hermantown and Cloquet, really good football teams, well coached, do things the right way, we have to try to find some advantages that put us in a better spot. And I think we made little small tweaks that put us in a spot to be successful. And, of course, our guys go out there and execute well and focus on our keys for the game. And that's, I think, part of the reason why we found success. But I said this to the coaches the other coaches I talked to after our games, is the next time we play, you never know how that game would have went. That's just how competitive our district is. So we're thankful to that opportunity to play those tough teams and learn from that, and then in the sections see them again and put a few things in to find success versus those really tough football teams.
Yeah, and speaking about that game on Friday, you had 2 turnovers in the first half, one on the first drive. But talk about the defense and their ability to get the stops and the ball back for that offense.
Yeah, I think our defense, we kind of gave them a challenge. Throughout the year, there's been times our defense has been somewhat solid, and times where it just kind of we haven't executed like we need to. It hasn't been as focused as we wanted to. So really, as we came into last quarter of the year, I feel like our defense was taking some better steps going forward to make some improvements. But we want to have a game where we've had a complete game. And that was kind of our challenge that week versus a really good Cloquet team. That defense, we want to make sure we're leading out there as a defense. We're playing solid football and staying disciplined with our responsibilities. And it was so fun and exciting to have our guys do that, to go to game plan, be focused on that, executing that in those areas, and kind of put up a good performance versus a really good football team. Defense stepped up, and we know, it's kind of cliche, but it is what it is. Defense is what allows teams to advance into the playoffs or into state. And I think for us to have a big showing, it just shows our value in what we do defensively and how we're trying to kind of work as a defensive unit. And that big defensive performance allowed us to be in a good spot to have that win versus Cloquet.
Yeah, and on the flip side, offensively, it's often hard mentally for a player and or team to get things kind of flowing again after a turnover. Tell me a little bit about that, your team's ability to just put that behind them and move on and stay mentally strong.
Yeah, I think that's a senior-led thing. We talk to our seniors, about leading in all areas. You guys, this is your football program. Your seniors, you built up to this. Your job now is to lead. And one thing we talked about early in the year, and this was in August even, is just that response. How do we respond when things go south? Because they will. That's part of life. That's part of football. There's no doubt about it. And kind of what our mantra is, or our way of doing is, when a mistake happens, which they will, penalty or fumble, wherever it might be, we respond back more focused and more motivated. It's almost like it's a motivator for us. And that's how we treated that. And we talk about it, I bet it's weekly about that. And we talk about it in practice when we fumble the ball or we have a penalty in practice. We kind of do some of those game-like situations. We talk about a response. What are you going to do now? That's happened. Now, how are you going to? What's your next step? And we also talk about when that guy makes a mistake, or that person, that group of people make a mistake. they're relying on their football family. The guy next to pick them up and come back stronger. So we're relying, we're trusting each other to make sure that when that happens, when things go south, we grab that wheel, we steady the ship, we get right back on course. And I think that those seniors led that way. And I think all throughout this year, when things did go south, turnover, whatever it might be, our guys did that. They grabbed the wheel, they steadied the ship, they pinpointed their focus, and they came back more motivated. And that allowed us to stay in football games and be competitive. When of course, we all know when turnovers happen, if that's a consistent thing, that can put you in a tough spot to win a football game. I think our guys responded well, and that's why we were able to win some football games this year and stay competitive.
Absolutely, and now has it been difficult at all for you or the players to kind of move past that elation of winning the section championship to, all right, now we've got to get back to practice because we've got another game coming up?
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be because it's such an exciting moment on Friday, and the whole town was there, and we all celebrated together, and it was a great prideful moment like I talked about. I thought it's tough to get back on track on Monday here, and I was just pleasantly surprised by the focus our guys had and that energy they still had, that excitement to keep getting better. And I come back to our seniors. They let it. They're not. We play a really good team in Rocori on Thursday, and our goal this week here was to keep our focus and keep getting better. So we have our best selves out there on Thursday, and our seniors have led that way. All practice long on Monday, Tuesday, and I hope it stays today for Wednesday. Our focus has been pinpoint. Our efforts have been there. The energy has been really positive and uplifting. So I think our guys, as challenging as they had that turnaround after a really awesome section final game, they're there. Their focus is there. They want more. They want to make sure that we have everything we need in place to go put our best foot forward versus a really tough Rocori team.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, you kind of touched on it, but what does this team need to do to play well and beat Rocori on Thursday?
Yeah, I think for us, when we look at our keys are always offensively, we want to create some big plays. And that happens when our guys do little things right in the offensive line, and we carry out our fakes with our halfbacks and quarterback, taking care of and then limiting their big plays. We know that's really important. They run the spread, and we don't really see spread that way in our district, the way they run it. So it's something new for us. So we can really make sure we're focused on our assignments and communicating who we have out there, and then flying that football so we can limit those big plays for Rocori. Of course, taking care of that football is imperative. We have to make sure that we don't give them extra possessions. And that's, Thursday's going to sound like a kind of a wet game with rain and cold and all that. So let's make sure we have two hands on football, take care of it. And then when opportunities present themselves on defense, we take that ball. Interception it might be, or a fumble, we take that thing back and give ourselves some extra possessions. And, of course, penalties are key, too, making sure we don't get ourselves in first or second and longs or third and longs on offense, and then defense, we're not getting them free yards. So I think those are some of the keys. Those are probably the kind of normal ones, I would say. I think for us, though, one of the big things is making sure we do what North Branch football does. We're not going to change who we are. This is how we go about football. So we're focused on that, and we communicate. When you play a new team, like Rocori, I've never played it before, they're going to do different things than we've seen all year long because we haven't played them before. So we don't have that luxury of play them early in the season. So now let's make sure we communicate on the offense to make sure we know what we're doing and where we're going. And defense, same thing. Communicate up front, and so we're all set, ready to rock and roll so we can go play fast.
Well, Coach, that is all that I have for you today. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think I appreciate the coverage. Certainly, I think high school football is such an exciting any high school, it's an exciting time around the state tournament time, and what I love most about it, and I'm so thankful for our community, is the amount of support we received and the amount of excitement and pride that people have in what we're doing. And it happened to be football this year, but it could be volleyball for us or any sport, kind of name it. That's what I think makes high school football really fun, is when people come together and are excited and have a lot of pride for what's happening in the community. And North Branch is it's been awesome to have us come together like we have and have that pride be so evident and that support be right there. It makes it for a very special, memorable experience.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me and taking time out of your day to do this interview. It is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350 here at Blaine High School for this Class 4A state tournament game between the North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. And Joe, looking at the keys to the game here tonight for these two squads, what do you think is going to be the key here? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit tough to pass the ball.
Yeah, especially the wind's way coming pretty strong out of the south, so half the game is going to be going into the wind, using the wind. So the team that likes to do that, looks like Rocori's a spread type team. They like to spread you out and use the length of the field, the width of the field to do that. Whenever you do this, it's always about turnovers, creating them, making sure you don't turn the ball over at this time of year. That will be the best result. North Branch runs that power T. You know, us power T guys, we like to run in a phone booth. So that they spring big plays, though, because they got everybody stacked in. So the keys to the game, turnovers and using that wind to your advantage when you have it.
Absolutely, and advantage might be on North Branch side just because of that wind. That ball can be pretty tough to pass when it's cold like this. It gets a little bit firm to catch, but that doesn't mean that the pass won't be successful. So we're just about set to get our national anthem here in our starting lineups. And before we do that, just want to let you all know that want to thank all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring this broadcast. Thank you so much to them. If it weren't for them, well, we wouldn't be able to come out here and broadcast this game. So thank you so much to all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring tonight's broadcast of the Class 4A state tournament football game between the North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. We'll take another commercial break, hear a word from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we will be set for kickoff here in Blaine in this state Class 4A football game between your North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. You're listening to football on WCMP.
Family Pathways knows it's been a challenging year for everyone. Families reach out for assistance every day, for food support, for aging services and caregiver consulting, for support and shelter when fleeing domestic violence. Your support of Family Pathways gives inspiration and the means to continue this work. As we celebrate this holiday season, we invite you to continue making an effort with your gifts of treasure, time, and inspiration at familypathways.org. Every donation makes a difference. Donate now at familypathways.org.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment, Highway 65 in Isanti, or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getthere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
At Dungarvan, they are creating something really special and would like to add you to their amazing team. Dungarvan is looking for individuals who want to make a difference. If you are creative, solution-focused, or are simply looking to grow in your career, Dungarvan wants you. Dungarvan is looking to add experienced and committed human service professionals to support individuals with disabilities. We are currently hiring direct support and supervisor roles. Apply online at dungarvancareers.com or call 651-699-6050 to speak with a recruiter today.
Kathy Carcetti at RE/MAX Synergy is dedicated to helping all her clients find homes of their dreams. Buying or selling a home, or just curious about the local market? With over 32 years of helping people, Kathy can help guide you through the nuances of the local market with access to top listings and a worldwide network. Kathy Carcetti will work hard to make your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable. At this time, Kathy would like to say good luck to the North Branch Vikings.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and of course WCMPradio.com. The North Branch Vikings lost the toss, but they will receive the opening kick here this evening as Rocori deferred to the second half. So your North Branch Vikings will be receiving the opening kick here tonight in the Class 4A state tournament opening round against the Rocori Spartans. The winner will be headed to the nice and warm, climate-controlled U.S. Bank Stadium, and that'll be really nice for either team. But tonight it's, well, for a lot of people, what they would consider to be football weather. It's cold, there's got a lot of wind. The only thing we're missing is snow, but I'm pretty sure maybe the players down there are pretty glad it's not.
Don't say that, Ethan. Interesting about this, so they did lose the toss. Rocori did defer, so obviously North Branch is going to take the ball. So Rocori wants the ball into the wind to start the game, so they're going to kick with the wind. An interesting thing about this is the scoreboard is also, when you're a coach, you're always looking, all right, where's the wind, where's the scoreboard? In this case, they're in the same direction, so they're going to get this off kick, little muddled kick here. Fake.
Fake it. And now they'll line up for the real kick. So they line up to kick this one away. And we are just about set for the boot. And there's the boot. It is down, and what a kick that is. That's going to be in the end zone for a touchback. So the North Branch Vikings will not even get a chance to touch the ball. And they will come out to the 20-yard line to start this drive. And the North Branch Vikings, of course, Section 7 4A champs, beating Cloquet 34-6, and it really was a very lopsided game for North Branch, even though they did have two turnovers in that game in the first half. One was inside the 5-yard line going into the end zone, but their defense made a big stop, and they will look for their offense to start things off quickly here this evening.
That starts out in the power T.
And Preston Peterson will hand it up the middle, and yeah, that is stacked up quickly there. I believe that was Logan Kroll on the carry. Not much doing on that one. He maybe picked up a yard, and that'll be about it. So 2nd down and 9 now for the North Branch Vikings, and this North Branch team doesn't have huge linemen, O or D linemen, but they are aggressive, and I think sometimes your aggressiveness and the strength can not necessarily be better, but it can definitely help and even the playing field a little bit when you've got bigger D linemen for Rocori.
Right, you got to stay low, fire out, and get going. They like to pull a lot and trap a lot, so a lot of misdirection with this offense. So you got to be secure in what you're doing.
Preston Peterson off the right side of the line, gets through the line, finds a lane to run through, and he's taken down at around the 26.5-yard line. It'll be a nice pickup of 5 there for Logan Kroll, and it'll bring up third down and about 4.
Yeah, nice run, about 6 yards there on the outside there. Looks like third and 3 to start here. Yeah, nice run off tackle there, a little bit off tackle, almost a sweep type play there. Trying to just test to see where everybody is, where it's going. Nice thing about this offense is it's going to take a lot of time off the clock, so you just churn out first downs. And, ideally you'd like to get this all the way down to waste it all, and then Rocori doesn't have the win for the first quarter.
Yeah, and North Branch did that in the second half of last week's game against Cloquet. They took up over 8 minutes in that third quarter, and now Preston Peterson makes a man miss and gets to about the 35, and that'll be enough for a North Branch first down on a pickup of about 8 yards there for Preston Peterson. And one thing that this North Branch team does so well, and we heard it from head coach Justin Voss, is they carry out their fakes. They are so fundamentally sound, and the fakes sometimes are a huge key on springing a run.
Absolutely. So that's the goal of this offense is when you don't have the ball, we always tell our guys you got to get tackled. That's the key. If you're running, if you don't have the ball, your job is to get tackled. So that's one big key of it. Everybody has to look like they're running the ball 20 yards down the field.
Yeah. And I was faked out plenty of times last week when Preston Peterson took off for a couple of big runs. But first down and 10 at the 35. Preston Peterson under center. He'll hand it off at the left side of the line, and that is going to be swallowed up. Vincent Beck is going to be taken down. No gain on the play, so his forward progress will have been stopped at the line of scrimmage. And that'll make it second down and 10 to go here from their own 35-yard line. Already close to 2.5 minutes taken off the clock by North Branch, and that is exactly what they want to do and how they want to play, like you mentioned, Joe. And but they do, although they do move the ball kind of at a slower pace, they do have the ability to strike quickly.
Absolutely,
it won't be a big gain, but it will be a gain of 2. And that'll make it third down and 8. We've seen a couple of these third and longs last week against Cloquet, but they did a great job of converting these long third downs. Of course, you don't want to be in them, especially at the state tournament, but that has to give them confidence knowing that they certainly can convert.
Absolutely. You get maybe 6 yards here. Maybe you want to go for it just because it's now you're punting into the wind, so it's a little difficult to punt into this wind. Looks like midline here by the quarterback.
And Peterson holds on to it, and he is not going to get there, not close. He gets to about the 41. It's a gain of about 4, maybe 4.5 for Preston Peterson, but it will not get there, and it will bring up fourth down and 4 here for the North Branch Vikings. And from the looks of it, it looks like they will go for it.
Yeah, it looks like interesting to see what they're going to do here. I don't think they're punters on the field, I don't believe, but yeah, they're going to go for it here.
Well, let's see if they don't try a hard count to get him to jump off sides initially. They do, and yeah, a couple of players to flinch, but no, nobody comes off sides, and he will look to the sideline to get the call from his coach, and Preston Peterson will line back up under center. They'll go with the count, and they'll keep it. Preston Peterson, he'll keep it himself, and he's got some room to run. He's got the first down for North Branch to about the 47-yard line. That's a gain of 6 for Preston Peterson on 4th and 4.
Little keep there by the quarterback, ran to the wide side of the field, had a little bit of room. Looked like it got a little bit of a jumbled handoff fake back there, but he was able to control it and run out there. So he was able to run out there, and again, it's just you can keep it in that third down or 3-yard type area. You're going to try and go for it. State tournament, why not?
And again, the confidence to go for it on 4th and medium is, I mean, it can be unmatched because when you have confidence can be huge in a game like tonight. And they convert on 4th and 4. Preston Peterson will line back up again at the 48-yard line. Power T formation. He's going to hand it off one way. No, it's a fake the other way, and Robillard will be taken down. He might have lost yard. They'll say his forward progress was stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there for Sam Robillard, and Robillard's not going to get a ton of love. He won't get the gaudy stats in the stat sheet, but what he does is he opens it up for the other guys to get those big runs.
Absolutely, and that trap play could be, it can be big. The last couple of weeks, though, the inside, they've really tried to take away that trap. They say you can do this, but you're not going to do trap on us. So it looks like they're in like a 5 five-man front here too, so with 4 backs, 5-4-2 type look here that the defense is running.
Preston Peterson will hand it off the right side of the line. A good push there for Logan Kroll, and he gets near the 40. Oh, they're going to spot him down at the 43-yard line, and depending on the spot, that should be enough for a first down. The chains are at the 43, but the ball is going to be short. That ball was spotted a little bit behind where he wound up. Now, he could have slid very easily, but I thought he was at least a half yard forward. But nonetheless, it'll be third down and short for the North Branch Vikings after that 9-yard gain.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. That looked like he kind of. I don't know if his knee went down or not, but guess they saw it better than we did. Obviously, this is 2-down territory anyway.
Mm-hmm. Preston Peterson looked like he mishandled the snap initially, but he'll give it off to Logan Kroll off the right sideline, breaks a tackle, falls forward, past the 40, and it'll be first down and 10 for the North Branch Vikings at around the 37-yard line. And another nice gain there for Logan Kroll.
Just eating that clock. It's already halfway through the first quarter, and again, that's a big thing here. Just so they cannot have that win. Like you said, they're a spread-type team that likes to throw the ball, and if they're going into this stiff wind in the second quarter, it's going to be really tough. So North Branch doing what they need to do, move the ball, take time off the clock, and next goal here is to get a touchdown here inside the 40-yard line.
They've taken 7 minutes off the clock now, getting into Rocori territory. Pearson lines up in the power T formation off the right side to Logan Kroll, their bell cow really. He gets past the 35, near the 32. That's where he'll be taken down by a host of Spartans. And it'll be second down at about 7 after the 3-yard gain.
Yeah, it looks like that defensive end on this side is really crashing in, so he's kind of opening up that outside, and that outside linebacker is just not getting over fast enough, and they're kind of walling that off, and they're getting a nice run off of the outside here.
And Logan Kroll last week took a majority of the carries in the first half. So far, it's been him, but that doesn't mean that Vincent Beck can't carry the ball. We've seen him last week in the third quarter bust off a couple of big ones for North Branch, and that really helped them seal the win. Preston Peterson under center, lines up power T formation, gives it off to, he'll keep it himself. Wow, you talk about the fakes. Kroll did a great job of faking that one. Preston Peterson takes it past the 30, then he's swallowed up, and he'll get to about the 29, 28-yard line. It'll be a nice gain there. It'll bring up third down and about 1, so a gain of 6 there for Preston Peterson.
Yeah, just nice job fake there. Got people going in. Like I said, those defensive ends are really crashing in, so those outside linebackers are really responsible for the outside there. And when they're getting their heads, they're watching the stuff in the backfield. It makes it really tough for them. Just not very disciplined right now on the outside, and North Branch is taking advantage of that.
3:30 left here in the quarter number 1. North Branch on the Rocori 28-yard line. Third down and short. Give off to Kroll again. He cuts it up the middle. That'll be enough for a first down for the North Branch Vikings to the 25. It's a gain of 3 there for Logan Kroll, and enough for the first down. North Branch in to Rocori territory near the red zone at the 25-yard line with 3:15 to go. And we talk about the fakes, but I think you got to give credit to Preston Peterson being patient on those fakes, letting that develop and get into the teeth of defense, and then he slowly rolls out and finds a lane.
Yeah, it's just practice. You just do it over and over and over again from day one of camp until to today. It's always you work on it every day just so you get your timing down and your steps down, and away you go.
Preston Peterson does lead the team with 630 yards rushing and 9 TDs, but he'll hand it off this time to Vincent Beck on the outside to the left, and he is swallowed up quickly. One-on-one tackle, nice open field tackle there by the Spartan player. He'll get it to the 24, a gain of 1 there for Vincent Beck. That'll bring up second down and 9 for the North Branch Vikings. Coming up on 9.5 minutes of clock taken away in this first quarter. And if you're North Branch, you've got to be pleased with this kind of drive.
Oh, absolutely. Now that, like you said, the key is just to score on this one. Just take the air out of the ball and just keep marching down the field. And that's what North Branch has been able to do right now. Just running about 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah. They are at the 24-yard line with second down and 9. Peterson will hand it off the left side. That's Kroll. Kroll getting into a pile and trying to push the pile forward, but he'll get to the 20 where he is stopped. It's a gain of 4, and that'll bring up third down on the carry from Logan Kroll. With 10 minutes, 11 nearly taken off the clock here in the first quarter from North Branch. And they are certainly on the drive here, and it'll bring up third and medium
Got 2 plays again to get this, and nobody's kicking into this wind going this way. At the high school level anyway, at this class size anyway. But 2 plays, about 3rd and 4, or 3rd and 6, so you get a couple here, and you're still on schedule for your first downs.
Peterson under center, power T formation, hands off left side to Kroll again. He goes into the teeth of the defense, grinds forward near the 15. It'll be close to a first down. It'll be a pickup of about 4.5 if he doesn't have the first. I mean, that yard marker is, right at the sticks. He's going to be down about a half yard short. And that'll bring up a 4th down and short for the North Branch Vikings. Logan Kroll, again, the bell cow on this drive, already 8 carries so far, and he doesn't seem to be slowing down at all.
No, big play here, 4th and really short inches here. And again, we're under 1 minute to go in the first quarter. So this is exactly what North Branch needed to happen in the first quarter. They're going to take away that wind advantage. Hopefully they're going to get a touchdown on this, like I said, and they took a timeout here, it looks like.
So a timeout taken with 38 seconds left. No score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Find out more at embracemn.com. And so far here in this one, North Branch has held on to the ball for the most of these first quarter. There are 38 seconds left as they've taken a timeout here, but what do they need to do here on 4th and short? They've converted plenty of 3rd downs already, but what do they need to do here in order to convert this 4th down?
Well, looks like that quarterback keep has been working, off tackle, off power. The sweep has been working as well. So, again, it's just a fall forward here. Maybe the quarterback just does a keep right up the middle here, finds a little seam to run through and just get that first down. 17 plays. This will be play 17 of the drive already. So, again, just chewing that clock up.
38 seconds will be left on the clock when we come out of this timeout. Looks like they're coming back onto the field now, and it'll be 4th down and inches for the North Branch Vikings now. If they don't convert, I don't think that's a huge deal, but of course it would give Rocori the ball. But 4th and short, this would probably be the shortest 4th down conversion they've had all drive. Peterson under center, hands off to Beck. And Beck, I don't know if he got there. And they're going to say he didn't. So Vincent Beck.
The line judge on that side moved forward and then moved back afterwards. It looked like he had it, but then he didn't give him his forward progress at all there. So that was an interesting call on the...
Where he went into the pile, I thought that the ball had possibly got to, if not past the 15. But they disagree, so it will be a turnover on downs for North Branch, and they will give the ball over to Rocori. They take 11 and a half minutes off the clock, so that's huge, but can't convert probably the shortest 4th down you've had all night. That is going to sting a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It was not what they needed on that one for sure, but again, was able to move it down the field here. Jet
sweep to the left side. He cuts it up the field. He's got some room to run past the 25. It'll be a carry for left side. He's still not out of bounds. Tight ropes the sideline. And let's see where they mark him out at about the 43 with 4 seconds to go. And that is a gain of 16 there for Nistler. Your math is way better than mine.
Yeah, they're just trying to run as fast as they can here, get some stuff here with the wind. Again, it's all been run plays. They are a shotgun spread team. No huddle. They like to get up and just run right away. Look for a lot of motion. Look for a lot of...
Ooh. And North Branch was well offsides on that one. So, unfortunately, that is going to be the first penalty of the game. With 1.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter, North Branch took up 11 and a half minutes of the first quarter, unable to convert on a 4th and inches play. And Rocori has taken 2 plays to get past the 40, and with that 5-yard offsides penalty, that'll move them to the 47-yard line. And they are nearing North Branch territory. This will be the last play of the first quarter as they go in the shotgun formation. Receiver at the bottom of the formation, 3 at the top. Jack Spanier, the quarterback in the shotgun. He'll toss it out to the right side, and it's going to be a double pass. He's got a man wide open, and that will be a score. Oh, no. Wow.
That was so... They brought the guy in motion, and it was a lateral. It was a pass backwards. It was a lateral, as the old kind of halfback pass out of the spread there. So it was a 52-yard touchdown.
So the North Branch Vikings caught sleeping a little bit on that one, and they used that win to their advantage to the Rocori Spartans for a double pass. And a lot of times when you get a man in motion like that and they stay behind the line of scrimmage and they're not moving forward, you've got to key off on that. But they did. They came up aggressively, but they lost their coverage downfield. And unfortunately for North Branch, that will give Rocori the lead, 6-0, and looks like they'll line up to go for 2, and we got a flag down. Spanier was looking to keep it on a quarterback draw.
I thought the left guard moved there, but I think they're going to call it on. Yeah.
They're going to call that on North Branch.
Yeah. I thought the left guard moved there on that one. He flinched before he crossed the line of scrimmage.
Well, like the good old saying goes, it's usually the second man that gets caught. So the first quarter has officially come to an end. No break, no nothing. They're going to let him do the 2-point at the same end zone.
It's a dead ball, yeah, so they got to finish it before the...
And he will look to keep it, but pop pass into the end zone. It is incomplete, so the 2-point conversion is no good. But the Rocori Spartans take the lead here in the end of the first quarter, 6-0 on a 53-yard touchdown pass. So the North Branch Vikings trail 6-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. We'll be back here on WCMP after a word from our fine sponsors.
Family Pathways knows it's been a challenging year for everyone. Families reach out for assistance every day for food support, for aging services and caregiver consulting, for support and shelter when fleeing domestic violence. Your support of Family Pathways gives inspiration and the means to continue this work. As we celebrate this holiday season, we invite you to continue making an effort with your gifts of treasure, time, and inspiration at familypathways.org. Every donation makes a difference. Donate now at familypathways.org.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. The North Branch Vikings trail 6-0 after a 3-play drive from the Rocori Spartans. Got them down into the end zone, and it ended with a 53-yard pass from their quarterback, Jack Spanier, to Adam Langler. And it was a trick play. They did a double pass. It was...
I think it was number 3 who threw it, wasn't it?
I think so. Either it was Nistler or number 1. I know number 1 touched the ball as well, Will Steele. Yeah. But a 53-yard passing touchdown leads to a 6-0 lead for the Rocori Spartans, and the North Branch Vikings trail 6-0 here as we start the second quarter. And the Rocori Spartans do that little fake kick and then spread out. And they'll go for the normal kick. 6-0 is the lead here. Rocori Spartans with the lead here in Blaine in this section, Class 4A state tournament game. And it'll be a pooch kick. It'll be picked up around the 30-yard line, and the ball carrier will take it near the 40, be taken down around the 38-yard line. So the North Branch Vikings will have their second possession here of the game. And they took 11 and a half minutes off the clock in that first quarter, but 30 seconds is all Rocori needed, and they scored quickly. So
moved quick, yeah. Quick, got to the line. Like I said, no huddle. They like to get up there and call the plays from the line of scrimmage, and away they go. So a couple of jet sweeps, and then that halfback, I'd call it a halfback pass, I guess, but for the 52-yard touchdown, yeah.
Power T formation, give off to Logan Kroll off the right side of the line. He is swallowed up, and he will go nowhere. No gain there for Logan Kroll. Actually, they'll give him a yard on that one. So 2nd down and 9 on the 1-yard carry from Logan Kroll as we begin the second quarter of play here in Blaine at this state tournament Class 4A matchup.
I got a little bit ahead of 39 there again, a little off-tackle play there for Kroll. Tried to get it. Looks like they're doing a little bit better job of their outside linebackers of containing. One thing I noticed while scouting for these guys is they have a lot of guys that play. They got a lot of guys on the sideline, and they play a lot of guys. North Branch has about 13 that play, so it's tough going against that.
And Peterson faked the handoff to Kroll, and then he took it outside, and no gain for Preston Peterson, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 after Peterson his first carry that doesn't gain a yard here this evening. And like you mentioned, Rocori definitely starting to make adjustments, and they didn't have long to make adjustments, but they made them nonetheless. And the Vikings so far, not a lot doing on this drive. Only a minute and a half has come off on this possession. And they will sit at the 39-yard line with 3rd down and 9 to go.
Can run a little bit more. They dropped a free safety back, so there's 3 guys way back, and you can see there goes the fullback up the middle to about the 45, 46.
Robillard with a nice carry, found a little bit of a lane to run through, being patient there, and then tried to run through a defender, but got him up high, so he's brought down to the 45. It's a gain of about 6 there for Robillard, and 4th down and a long 3.
Yeah, so what they did is they took a guy out and they dropped a guy back, so they had a three defensive backs back there, so they took a guy away from the run position. Now it looks like they're going to go back to their base 5-4 here that they're running.
Peterson under center of the power T formation. Peterson takes the snap. He's going to give it off right side to Kroll, and I don't know if he got there.
Looks like this guy, the guy on the opposite side of us, looks like he's got it.
That might be enough. Logan Kroll is there. I mean, he is right there. They might have to bring out the chain on this one. That is close for Logan Kroll. And it will be a 1st down. So Logan Kroll gets just enough on his 10th carry for a 1st down for North Branch, and that will continue the drive. And even though they've only gone 4 plays so far, they've already taken 2.5 minutes off of the clock here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, no panic right now. There's nothing that's, they got punched in the mouth here, and now they just have to relax, do what we do best, and just run the ball. They got their 1st down, back on schedule. Again, just move it down the field. It's only a 6-0 game. I mean, a big play like that, it feels like you're down 20, but it's just 6. So just keep doing what you do best.
And I think an offense like this is extremely helpful in that kind of situation, because then you don't feel like you have to go down and score in 1 or 2 plays. You know your offense can go down and take as many plays as it needs to get down there, because you know you can move the ball well. As the ball carrier will go off the right side, Logan Kroll. He'll get past the 50 to the 48-yard line. And it'll be a gain of 4 for Logan Kroll.
Just like they did there again. They got on schedule here, 2nd and 6 is just where you want to be. And again, just keep running the ball. And they did a great job there. Again, with the win, they might want to take a chance here. Yeah. That's where you kind of catch them. But again, when you look at their defense here, they got 2 high guys here, about 10, 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. So they got some guys there just in case they decide to do any passing down the field here.
Well, last week we did see North Branch go with a halfback pass to Preston Peterson in the end zone. This time they'll run it up the middle, and they won't get much, maybe a half a yard for the ball carrier, and that's about it. So 2nd down and 5, they will give them a whole yard.
I think that was Boyk. Yeah.
So 3rd down and 5 now for the North Branch Vikings. Ball sitting with the nose of the ball at the 47 of Rocori. And
again, we're in 2-down territory right now just because of what they've done here prior. So we're on their side of the 50 or on Rocori's side of the 50. So they're just you got 2 downs to get this, and there's the shot.
And he tries to find his receiver near the 1st down, but it is incomplete. And that'll make it 4th down. So Peterson incomplete on his first pass attempt of the evening. It's incomplete.
Went to Johnstone. He rolled out there, tried a little pass to the tight end, and just they were really well covered. The short guy and the long route was covered, and he just tried to throw it at the feet, and hopefully they didn't pick it off, and they didn't. So now it's 4th and about 4 or 5.
So 7:32 to go here, 2nd quarter, 4th and 5. Peterson trying to go with that hard count. Rocori doesn't bite, and they will look to the sideline, get a call, and Preston Peterson will give it off to Kroll up the. No, that's Boyk. Boyk up the middle to the 40, and he will have plenty for a 1st down. A gain of 7 for Boyk on that carry up the middle, and again, Boyk is kind of a sneaky player for North Branch. You know Kroll is going to get the bulk of the carries and maybe even Peterson, but Boyk, you can't count him out because, man, can he very well carry the ball. And there he squirts through for a 7-yard gain.
And again, you focus so much defensively on where Kroll is and where he's going because he does so much in the quarterback that sometimes that other halfback is forgotten. And Vinny did a great job of finding that seam, getting behind that train, and away they go.
Peterson will give it up the middle to Robillard, and Robillard breaking through a tackle, and he gets wrapped up by his ankle and pulled back, but he does get to the 34-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 6 there for Sam Robillard, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Little off-tackle trap there. New play they haven't shown yet here where they give it to the fullback, and he kind of follows that off-tackle play. So he did a really nice job of following his blockers there and picked up 6 yards.
And going on now, 5.5 minutes taken off the clock here for North Branch. Now, usually time of possession usually means you're going to have the advantage, but not so much in this one. Again, Rocori only needed 3 plays to score. Preston Peterson under center power T formation. He'll take the snap, and it looks like he'll give it up to Robillard again. Robillard, he'll pick up a couple, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 2 to go for the North Branch Vikings.
Same play, just to the opposite side.
So all you need to do is switch it up sometimes, and you'd have some success. That's what they did there. They're on the Rocori 32-yard line with 5:55 to go. Last time they were down in Rocori territory, they went for it on their easiest, what seemed to be the easiest 4th down position they were in, and they got stuffed, whether it be, they did get to line or not. They did get stopped, and Rocori went down in 3 plays.
Right. So, again, sometimes your best offense is your best defense is your offense, and that's what we got right now is their offense is just chewing up yards here.
Kroll to the right side of the line, and he gets to about the 30-yard line. Lowered the shoulder, lowered the boom on that one. He might not have enough for a first. It'll be close. Looks like they do
touch the line, so it's 1st down.
Kroll with a nice carry there of 2 yards. He will get enough off his 12th carry already. And again, we've seen that in last week's game. He was the bell cow in the first half, and then they kind of leaned on Boyk in the second half, and he really took off as well. So you got those dual threats back there. Plus you've got Peterson and Robillard, and again, Robillard kind of that guy who will bang it up the middle when you need the strong running back. They're all very strong too. It's so surprising to see how you can have 4 guys run the ball so strong.
Right, and again, it's just wearing on them. As you can see, they're doing a great job of going through it. Sorry, I was watching all the different stuff going on there. Of course, the guy that didn't get everybody who didn't get the handoff was running down the field, and of course, the one with the ball got tackled.
Robillard will pick up about 2 to the 28-yard line. Looks like they maybe will back it up to the 29. So a gain of 1 there for Sam Robillard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 at the 29-yard line with 4:20 to go here in the second quarter. North Branch trails 6-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, helping you find a smile you'll embrace forever. Embrace Orthodontics. EmbraceMN.com. Preston Peterson will run the play call in from the sideline, and they've got 10 seconds left on the play clock, and they'll line up and get ready to go here on this 2nd down and 9. Peterson will take the snap, and he'll fake. It's a pass. He rolls out to his right, trying to find a man deep in the end zone. He's got the arm. Is it there? And it is incomplete. Adam Johnstone down there. He's pretty big down there. Great target for Peterson, but that one comes up just short as it is knocked away. Give credit to the Rocori defenders on that one. It is incomplete.
Yeah, hung up in the air just a little bit there. Allowed the defender to catch up to him and make a great play on the ball. But yeah, it was there, just kind of got hung up in the wind a little bit there.
And I like the fact that North Branch is not afraid to try and attempt the pass here, especially on 2nd down and long. I like that fact that they tried to go and pass it deep downfield, but it was incomplete. And Johnstone, not a bad guy to have down there in the end zone to go and up and get it.
Yeah, big, 6'4", 6'5" type frame.
So Peterson will hand it off right side to Kroll. Kroll plowing through defenders, gets to about the 20-yard line, and he should have enough for a 1st down. That's a gain of 9 for Logan Kroll on his 13th carry, and that'll be enough for a 1st down for the North Branch Vikings. And referees will come together and talk about it for just a moment.
Is that Kroll or Johnstone? I can't see.
It looks like Kroll will walk off, and sometimes it can be the cold in that kind of situation. You're running hard and you get hit in the wrong spot, and all of a sudden it stings, and it stings for a while.
Yep, absolutely.
So hopefully that is all it is. He will have to step off for a play, but as they will look to reset the play clock. But yeah, he'll have to step off for a play, so hopefully he's okay and able to come back out onto the field. It's a big name to lose there if you're the North Branch Vikings. Kroll, he's one of your leading running backs, 448 yards on the season, so I'll have someone else come in for him. I didn't see the number. Of course,
tripped himself up. who ran the run and sweep, and the quarterback Peterson and Boyack, they all kind of got their feet tangled and tripped him up. And of course, in high school football, you can't. Once you're down, you're down.
So a loss of 2 there for the North Branch Vikings on that carry. And be second down and 12 as Volner is the running back who checks in for Logan Kroll.
Play 16 right now of this drive.
Wow. And we're coming up on, again, 10 minutes, 9.5 off the clock. Give off left side to Vincent Boyk. And he gets to the 15, a gain of 7, a quick gain of 7 there for Boyk.
Yeah, he did a nice job of just finding that hole and just accelerated right through it. But again, right on schedule here, 3rd and 5. You got 2 plays to get it. Still about 2:10 left in the first quarter. This is probably going to be one of the first first halves ever played here in state football history.
It's moving along because North Branch has had now going on 2 drives that have been over 10 minutes long. As we approach that 2-minute mark on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, Preston Peterson will line up under center. Volner still out there for Kroll. Preston Peterson takes a snap. He looks to give it up the middle. No, instead he'll keep it himself. Plowing forward, he nears the 10, and he will have the 10, and that should be enough for a first down, a 5-yard gain for Preston Peterson. It will be a first. First down and goal now.
First and goal. Yeah, that's a play where he's going to fake it to the fullback, and then the quarterback is just going to follow him right through the hole. Peterson just did a great job of that and followed him right through for 5 yards and got the first down. And we are at 1:30 left in the first half.
Embrace Orthodontics, your custom smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. With about 1:15 left. Does North Branch need to pick it up at all, or do you have faith in this offense that they're going to get it done? As they go off the left side quickly, I believe that's Kroll, who just came back into the game, and he'll pick up about 6 yards on that carry, and it'll be second down and goal from the 4.
Yeah, so to answer that question, no, there's plenty of time left, under a minute to go here. They still have 2 timeouts left. They're at the 4-yard line. Ideally, what you'd like to do is score with zeros on the clock, and you're going to have about almost 40 plays to their 3, and you'll have hopefully a tie or up by 1 or 2 at the half.
4-yard lines where the ball sits. Preston Peterson and the offense will get to the line. Peterson takes the snap. He's going to give it off the left side to Kroll again, and Kroll, he'll get tripped up. He'll get to about it looks like they won't mark him for no gain, actually. No gain on the play for Logan Kroll. And they will have 30 seconds left here in the first half as North Branch will use their second timeout of the first half. That gives us a chance to say that it is 6-0 for Rocori on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Find out more at embracemn.com. So we got 30.5 seconds left. You mentioned it. Usually you want to leave zeros on the board, and that would be extremely important for North Branch because whether they score the touchdown and the 2-point or they just get the touchdown, that's huge because then you tie it up or you get a 2-point lead going into half and you don't got to worry about Rocori going down in 3 plays.
Right, absolutely. And it helps you then be able to, like I said, if they do have something happen and now you're down 2 scores. This way you get it in and you get you're tied or up, like you said, going into half. Feeling good about yourself. I mean, really, North Branch has been able to do pretty much whatever they want to do offensively. I guess likewise you could say for Rocori. They've been able to do whatever they want to do offensively too. But right now, again, 30 seconds to go. You got 1 timeout left. So really depending on what they want to do. Rocori wants to do, they could take a timeout and see what happens if they want to try and get the ball back quick here. But really you're set up really good here. You got 3rd down, 2 plays left. You can milk this all the way down to zeros.
So after this timeout, the ball will be on the 4. It'll be 3rd down and goal. And again, we've seen Rocori's ability to go down quick. So here we go. 3rd down and goal for the North Branch Vikings. Peterson under center. He will give it up the middle. No one said he'll take it himself, and he is tripped up at about the 4. No gain there, and now all of a sudden North Branch is going to have to try and go quicker.
Well, you got 1 timeout left, about 15 seconds, so they might just decide to take a timeout here, and with about 5 seconds left, I suppose. Again, if it happens, you can't end on half can't end on a defensive penalty, so they'll just take it down here to 1s and take a timeout, and well, this will be the last play of the first half.
So interesting there to see. They'll bring it down to 1 second, and now obviously you can easily run the ball if you want if you're North Branch, but in your opinion, what do they do here with 1 second left, trying to tie this up before half?
Well, you notice they really pinched in a lot here. Rocori did when it got to 4th and short on that other one previous. So really maybe what you want to do is find something outside, maybe get some misdirection going. Maybe it's some kind of counter sweep, maybe even like a sweep pass type deal where you get them thinking, just kind of like give them their own medicine where they threw the halfback pass. Yeah. You throw a halfback pass to them too, but they've done a really good job of containing inside the guard and the tackle or the center and the guards. So maybe something to the outside might be able to get something. We haven't seen a lot of the quarterback keep. That might be something that we see where he runs the sweep outside. So they have a lot of options here from the 4, and it'll be big play here for the game.
Yeah, it will be, and I think one of the things you got to be careful of too is Rocori's getting some push up front, some decent push up front, so you can't have something that's going to take too long to develop. Otherwise, they're going to be in the backfield on your lap. But here we go. 1.3 seconds to go here in the first half. North Branch trails Rocori 6-0. North Branch will line up in that power T formation. Preston Peterson takes the snap. It is going to be a play to the outside. He looks to keep it. No, he's under pressure. Can he get to the side? He's not going to get there, and that will be it for the first half. And that is tough for the Vikings. They will go to half trailing 6-0, but if you're North Branch, it feels a little bit more than 6-0 now because you did not score and you allowed them to score in 3 plays.
Right, you've done a great job. First drive, 17 plays. This one was 21, I believe, unofficially here. So 38 plays in the first half offensively and no points to show for it. Again, we'll have to see how they come out. It'll be a big start to Rocori's going to want the ball first, so really what you want to do you want to give them the win in the third quarter, fourth quarter? That's going to be something that the coaches will have to decide what they want to do here coming out. Maybe pin them, make them go into the win the third quarter, so hopefully you get a stop and then you get the ball back to tie it before they get the win for the fourth quarter. So a lot of decisions to be made here right before half.
All right, so it is 6-0 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Rocori is over North Branch right now. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Dr. Sievers is also committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. As well, they're also helping you find a smile you'll embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. So North Branch trails the Rocori Spartans here in this Class 4A state tournament football matchup here in Blaine. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors, and we'll come back and recap that first half and give you some keys to the second half for North Branch. You're listening to state tournament football here on WCMP.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/get there. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
At Dungarvan, they are creating something really special and would like to add you to their amazing team. Dungarvan is looking for individuals who want to make a difference. If you are creative, solution-focused, or are simply looking to grow in your career, Dungarvan wants you. Dungarvan is looking to add experienced and committed human service professionals to support individuals with disabilities. We are currently hiring direct support and supervisor roles. Apply online at dungarvancareers.com or call 651-699-6050 to speak with a recruiter today.
Kathy Carcetti at Remax Synergy is dedicated to helping all her clients find homes of their dreams. Buying or selling a home, or just curious about the local market? With over 32 years of helping people, Kathy can help guide you through the nuances of the local market with access to top listings and a worldwide network. Kathy Carcetti will work hard to make your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable. At this time, Kathy would like to say good luck to the North Branch Vikings.
Family Pathways knows it's been a challenging year for everyone. Families reach out for assistance every day for food support, for aging services and caregiver consulting, for support and shelter when fleeing domestic violence. Your support of Family Pathways gives inspiration and the means to continue this work. As we celebrate this holiday season, we invite you to continue making an effort with your gifts of treasure, time, and inspiration at familypathways.org. Every donation makes a difference. Donate now at familypathways.org.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, joined by Joel Lattimore here. It is halftime at Blaine High School in this Class 4A state tournament game between your North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans, and it's 6-0, but North Branch had two possessions in where it looked like they were going to score. They took 12 minutes off the clock there in all the time in the second quarter, about 11 and a half minutes in the first quarter, and were unable to score. They drove the length of the field nearly twice, but were stopped on fourth down once, and then were stopped another fourth down with time running out in the first half. So, and then Rocori, as I mentioned, 30 seconds left. All they needed, and they went down 3 plays and scored.
Yeah, I added 38 seconds for this when they took over in the first quarter. 3 plays, about 84 yards, touchdown, 52 on that trick play. North Branch, about 38 plays of offense.
Wow.
To their 3. But again, this is why the game is close. North Branch is keeping it close by keeping their offense on the field, keeping the chains moving and the clock moving. They passed it twice, 0 for 2. Kroll, their big runner here with 8. I got him for 15 carries for 62 yards unofficially, of course. And then quarterback Preston has been having some good runs here as well. They were able to get Robillard going there in the second quarter a little bit more, so that might be something that you may be able to look for, seeing what you can do with him in the second half to get that inside game going a little bit more. But, you have to be happy with where you're at in terms of the score, unhappy about not finishing the drives. That would be the thing that would be most disappointing. But again, you got a one-score game, and as a coach, you want to come out and say, all right, this first possession's key for both teams. What are we going to do with the possession? So North Branch obviously going to come out on defense first, get a stop, get some kind of stop, get the ball back, and then see if you can do it. I mean, they haven't really been able to stop. Rocori hasn't really been able to stop unless it got to a fourth down situation that they just didn't convert on. But still, you look at fourth down conversions, they're still over probably 60% for fourth down conversions. So North Branch has been able to convert a few of those as well. So again, that first part and the first two possessions here for both teams is going to be key for this game to see what's happening and to see how it goes. North Branch got to be feeling happy, like you said, you've been able to move the ball, just have to finish it. Rocori just hasn't really seen the field yet, offensively. But again, they do a little bit of platooning for Rocori, it looked like, when I was prepping for this game. So they do play a lot of guys one way. But again, when you're on the field for almost 40 plays in one half, if you can continue to do that, you might be able to start leaning on them a little bit more in the third quarter, and then especially on the fourth quarter, where these 60-yard gains turn into 60-yard touchdowns. So that's one thing that you have to just continue to do, play your game. This is what got you here. This is what you do. It's what you do best. So you just have to continue to build on what you do successfully.
And if you're Rocori here in the second half, do you start to kind of lean on your run game a little bit more, knowing you have a 6-0 lead, knowing you can score quickly? Do you start to kind of slow things down a little bit for your offense, knowing, hey, if we put our defense back out there, well, North Branch is going to drive the field and take up the rest of the time, so we have to score, but should we take time off the clock as well?
Well, again, when you get here, you want to do what you do best. And what they like to do is they like to get up, no huddle, get to the line, call the play. Now it's not a hurry up, air raid type offense, but they're going to get up there, they're going to get to the line, get set, and then snap it, probably with about 20 seconds left on the play clock. So they like to get up there and do that. So you're going to want to do what you do best. And right now what they've been able to do best is they've been able to get outside. Again, they want to stretch you from sideline to sideline. That's what they do, go trips one side, one single to the other side, bring that guy in motion. They want to put you in space, put you in conflict, and that's what they've been able to do. Then, of course, they had that halfback pass that really did it for them. But again, their two running plays were 12 and 16 yards that they ran. So again, it's just one of those things where you want to do what you do best. They have to be feeling successful. Rocori does about what they did, how they handled it. Even though they were on the field for almost 40 plays defensively, they still have 0 point. There's still 0 points on the board. So again, it's about doing what you do best. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Voss wants to do here to start the second half. Obviously, Rocori's going to take the ball, but what does he want to do in terms of giving them the win in the third or fourth quarter? That's going to be key to what happens here. And maybe Rocori's thinking about, okay, how do we want to attack this? Do we want to run, or do we want to take a shot here, the knockout shot with the win in the third quarter, knowing that we might only have 1 or 2 possessions left in this game?
Right, exactly. Yeah, again, North Branch has taken up nearly 24 minutes of time here in the first half, about 23 and a half minutes, maybe a little more, a little less than that. So they've done a good job. They've been able to, we've seen they've been able to move the ball really well when they're on offense, and we know they have that ability to strike quickly, but when they had a 4th and inches, seemingly they're probably their easiest fourth down of the night, they weren't able to convert, and then on the 4th and goal from the 4, you mentioned it, they needed to maybe run it to stretch the field a little bit. They decided to go outside with their quarterback, Preston Peterson. I don't know if it was a design quarterback keep or if he might have had an outlet there in the end zone. If he did, it was covered, so really nowhere for him to go, and Rocori did a great job to swallow him up, going side to side, and he wasn't able to get north and south, and that's tough because, again, Rocori able to get some push up front, but if you're North Branch, what do you look at from this first half and going into the second half and say, okay, we know what has worked and we've seen a couple things that haven't worked. What do you need to do to get into the end zone now on, whether it's a 4th down or what have you? What do they need to do to finish a drive?
Right. One thing I think that's going to be key for them is to, again, get the fullback Robillard involved, get a little bit more. We saw in that second quarter they were able to get him sprung for a couple of plays here or there. The inside where he runs, those traps are really, they got that clogged up pretty good. So again, get him just so you've got that 3 layers. You've got the inside, the outside, and the quarter, or the inside, the off tackle, and the quarterback to the outside. So you've got those 3 layers. So you have to respect each of them. When you take one of those away, it's kind of tough to get those other 2 to go. So they'll probably try and get a little bit more of that. And again, their off tackle plays have been working really well with Kroll and with Boyk. So they'll just continue to work on that and keep doing that stuff. And again, it's being a situation where you can finish. I know they had a 4th and short that they came up a little bit short on, but again, down here it was 4th and 3. They did run out. It did look like it was kind of a designed, probably a run-pass option, where they did have a couple guys in the back of the end zone, it looked like, because I went to see if anybody was in the end zone, and they had the halfback and the tight end into the end zone. But I just think that Rocori did a great job of covering those guys and getting to them and making sure that
to kind of open up the run game just that little bit more to try and see if you can't pop one.
That great point. One thing that we did see in certain situations, they will put a 3 high shell, three deep, so you get one person out of that running plays, out of the running game, I should say. So they have to account for that pass. So that may be one thing. If you start getting a couple passes here, you might get a guy off the line of scrimmage, which will open up your run game. But in this type of offense, it's more about how do we scheme run-wise, how is our blocking scheme going to work so we can spring the guy to make it work. So that's, again, in this offense, you don't run a lot of formations, but you run a lot of blocking schemes, and that'll help you spring your running game.
Well, both teams are working their way back out onto the field. Half is nearly over. They'll get about 3 minutes to warm up here, and then we're set for the second half of action here at Blaine High School in this Class 4A state tournament football game between your North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. The North Branch Vikings trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard 6-0. Embrace Orthodontics, your custom smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Of course, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the second half kickoff here in Blaine. You're listening to State Tournament Football here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and WCMP.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride. like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franz & Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzandbank.com/get there. Franz & Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? I got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 and
Corey, 3 plays, 84 yards, and I mean they didn't even need barely 30 seconds to go and do it. So I think North Branch is going to need to step up here, and it's got to be tough. Like we mentioned, they play in a tough section, but it's a lot of running in that section as well, so they don't have to deal with the pass as much. So coming into a game where Rocori runs that spread and that no huddle, it is a lot different and a lot tougher to cover when you really haven't covered it all year.
The speed of it is really different that you don't get to see. You might see some teams run it, but they don't have the athletes that a team like Rocori has in the state tournament. Looks like Coach Voss has decided he's going to kick with the wind, try and pin him deep and make him go in the wind in this third quarter. So hopefully they can get the ball back and then just see if they can keep it for another quarter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they will kick it away, and kicking that away will, of course, be Bovitz, and his kick is to the right. It's going to be short. It's going to be taken in at the 30, trying to cut it to the outside, but he's taken out at around the 35-yard line. That's where he'll be escorted out, and the Rocori Spartans will take only their second possession of the game with 5 seconds coming off of that kick return.
How many times have you said that before? Their second possession and it's the third quarter.
I don't think I've ever said it, to be totally honest. It is very strange to see, but that is exactly how North Branch wants to be playing. Of course, they would like to have a lead, and you really feel like if they were to able to finish those 2 possessions, they'd be up maybe 14-6, 12-6 at the least, but give credit to Rocori. They made the stops when they needed. So Rocori will line up in that spread. 2 receivers at the top and bottom of the formation. Sends a man in motion, left to right. He's going to give it off to the player in motion, and he gets it to the right side. Plows over a defender at the 35. He gets to the 37, and on the carry that time is number 22. And let's try and find his name now.
Gabe Johnson is what I have.
Gabe Johnson is the ball carrier, and he'll pick up 2 for the Rocori Spartans. It'll bring up second down and 8 now from the 37. Trips to the top of the formation, and receiver on the lone side to the bottom. They'll run the speed option, and the quarterback will cut it up the field. He's making a couple defenders miss. It gets to the 45 to the 46 where he'll be taken down. Gain of 9 and a first down.
It looks like it got him right at the 45-yard line, so it'll be a first down for them. 8-yard gain. Again, that's just speed option. What I mean by that is quarterback's just going to attack the outside guy. He's got a guy he can pitch to if need be, and he's just going to make someone did a nice job of cutting back in. Found a little seam for 8, and now it's first down.
Trips to the bottom, and lone man at the top of the formation. It's going to be a give up the middle to the running back. He makes a man miss, but falls forward, and he goes for nothing, really. He may have got a yard, and that is it. And that time on the carry was Mason Dahl. He'll pick up a yard, and that'll bring up now second down and 9 to go for Rocori. So not as quickly as that first possession that they had, but they're certainly still moving the ball. But nice job by North Branch there to get to the ball carrier Dahl and take him down for only a yard gain.
Defense line did a nice job building that wall, didn't give a lot of cutback lanes, and they were able to send him for about a 1 yard gain.
Johnson in motion right to left, and they'll give it out to the outside to Dahl, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. He'll go backwards, and they will spot him at the 44-yard line, maybe even the 43. It'll be a loss of a couple, and it'll make it third down and 12.
Yeah, nice job of springing that out. Speed option again to the wide side of the field. They did a great job of just spreading out. They had an extra guy over there. Did a great job making that play on the outside, because a lot of times you get man-on-man out there, you make one guy miss, and you're in trouble. He did a nice job of setting that edge and making the tackle.
Trips to the right of the formation. Low man at the left side. Spanier in the gun. Sends a man in motion, right to left, that is Johnson. He fakes the give, and now he's looking over the middle. He's got him, and it's intercepted! It's intercepted by the North Branch Vikings, and they will have it at around the 50-yard line. And on that interception, I did not see the number, but I thought maybe 12. Jacob Robillard on the interception.
Yeah, it was a 12 number. Yeah, great job. So it was a little play-action jet sweep look there, and they were just sitting right there. Again, that wind might have played a little bit of role into it. He threw it about 10 yards down the field, and it was picked off by the Vikings. So great, like we said. How's that first possession going to go? And it went well for the Vikings.
And a great takeaway there for the Vikings. And what does that do for the Vikings here? I mean, you talk about giving it to Rocori, and then all of a sudden you get a quick turnover with 9:30 to go. And, I mean, I got to imagine that's a quick spark of momentum.
Absolutely. It's a great job of, again, you kind of got a little bit of a feeling that it's not you're not doing so well after 3 plays, but you do a great job of stopping them. You get a turnover, and now you're in business again.
Boyk on the carry for 2 yards for North Branch on the first play of the second half for North Branch, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 46-yard line with 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, custom braces, or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lynchburg, and Cambridge. Find out more at embracemn.com. Peterson will come out, power T formation under center. Takes the snap. He's going to give it off the left side. That is... Actually, he'll keep it. And again, I'm faked out, and he's taken down around the 35. And again, the fakes, I mean, it is just incredible. And Peterson will have enough for a first down.
Yeah, so that's the sweep play for the quarterback. The running back off tackle did a great job of running his. I was focused on him because he's running open wide downfield. I think that was Kroll. He's running loose down there. I'm like, oh, wait, the ball's back here. So, yeah, great fakes by the backfield.
And from my stat sheet, that is their first gain of 10-plus yards on the game. So their first chunk run, shall we say, and it's 1st down and 10 from the 34. 8:10 to go here in the third quarter. Peterson will hand it off right side. Instead, he'll keep it, and he'll get to the 30, past the 30, and it'll be taken down around the 29-yard line. Should be a big pickup of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, we talk about with this offense, you just lean on them, and eventually the dam breaks, and maybe that's something that we're seeing right here. Rocori's got to step up and make a play here, or it could be a big turn of momentum here for the Vikings.
Well, it certainly helps when you get a turnover on the first drive of the second half. Jacob Robillard got the interception, and they will get the call from the sideline. Will Preston Peterson with 2nd down and 5 at the 29, 7.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They only trail by 6 to Rocori, so North Branch, no need to panic. Peterson under center takes the snap. He's going to give it off to Robillard. Robillard cuts it up the field, cuts it back to the right, gets to about the 25, and that'll be just short of a first down, about a yard short on the gain of 4. For Sam Robillard, and that'll bring up 3rd and short now.
Off tackle play for the fullback. He followed that trap down nicely and then just cut it up. Found a little seam back into the middle. Was able to get a nice 4-yard gain. Again, we're in 2-yard. I should say North Branch is in 2-yard territory. Sorry, North Branch along here. So
yeah,
it's hard for me not to say we.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. So 3rd down and short to go here for the North Branch Vikings. Preston Peterson under center. Power T formation takes the snap. He's going to give it off to Boyk, and Boyk should have enough for the first down. But, I mean, last time that we thought he had a first down, he didn't, and Kroll is down. So Kroll should have enough for a first down. By the spot of it, he will. So pick up about 2, but he is down and grabbing at his armored chest. And while they take a look at him, we will take a commercial break. You're listening to Football on WCMP.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
At Dungarvan, they are creating something really special and would like to add you to their amazing team. Dungarvan is looking for individuals who want to make a difference. If you are creative, solution-focused, or are simply looking to grow in your career, Dungarvan wants you. Dungarvan is looking to add experienced and committed human service professionals to support individuals with disabilities. We are currently hiring direct support and supervisor roles. Apply online at dungarvancareers.com or call 651-699-6050 to speak with a recruiter today.
Kathy Carcetti at RE/MAX Synergy is dedicated to helping all her clients find homes of their dreams. Buying or selling a home, or just curious about the local market? With over 32 years of helping people, Kathy can help guide you through the nuances of the local market with access to top listings and a worldwide network. Kathy Carcetti will work hard to make your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable. At this time, Kathy would like to say good luck to the North Branch Vikings.
Family Pathways knows it's been a challenging year for everyone. Families reach out for assistance every day for food support, for aging services and caregiver consulting, for support and shelter when fleeing domestic violence. Your support of Family Pathways gives inspiration and the means to continue this work. As we celebrate this holiday season, we invite you to continue making an effort with your gifts of treasure, time, and inspiration at familypathways.org. Every donation makes a difference. Donate now at familypathways.org.
106.5 FM, AM 1350. Logan Kroll is able to get up and walk off under his own power, but it looks like it's a shoulder injury. And Logan Kroll, he's not going to be the guy who stays out of a game unless it's serious. So we're not going to speculate, and we hope that he's able to make it back into it. But it's not looking great for his opportunity to be back. But again, the cold, it makes things hurt a little bit more.
And the turf, too, so everybody thinks this is nice trampoline that you play on, and
Yeah.
once this stuff gets a little cold, it's a little hard, it's a little tough to fall onto, so it is a little different feeling when you're out there as well. So it looks like he's going to the sideline with a left shoulder injury, so it'll be next man up. Who's going to be the next guy who's going to make that play for the Vikings? So that's going to be now they got a lot of guys they can lean on back there, so we'll see what happens here on 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Nolan Volner will be the guy to come in for Logan Kroll as Preston Peterson takes the snap, gives up to Robillard. Robillard has some room to run, and I don't think the defense knew he had the ball. He gets towards the 10. It'll be taken down at about the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 12 for Sam Robillard.
Again, that's when we talked about at halftime, trying to get that fullback involved in the game, straight trap right up the middle, and popped it for 12 yards. And again, it's just that constant leaning on the defense. You think about it, now they're over 50 plays or close to 50 plays playing on defense. That takes a toll on you. It doesn't mean you not think it, but it does take a toll on you.
And going up the middle pretty quickly after getting a pause in the action, and your muscles start to get a little bit stiff, but they come out and they're firing. Peterson under center again, power T formation, going to hand it off to Robillard again, and he's going to get near the 10. They'll probably spot the ball. Looks like nose ball will be at the 10, so a gain of 1 for Robillard. So after a 12-yard gain, he goes to 1, and that'll make it 2nd down and 9 from the 10-yard line, so he can get a 1st down. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a gain of 2, as that 1st down marker's at the
short
2-yard line, 2.5.
Yep. Yeah. Last play was about 12-yard line where you got to, so about 2-yard gain here. Looks like the coaching staff, they get the play clock down to about 20 seconds, and the quarterback comes out and they break the huddle, and they're at the line of scrimmage and the power T.
Preston Peterson takes the snap, and he fakes the give. He's going to keep it himself, and he is in. Walking in, untouched goes Preston Peterson from 10 yards out. And Preston Peterson has tied the game here in this Class State for a quarterfinal matchup between the North Branch Vikings and Rocori Spartans, and North Branch is on the board on a Preston Peterson keeper.
So about 5 minutes off the clock after that timeout, or after that turnover, excuse me. So again, those first 2 possessions, Rocori turns it over, North Branch scores. Brand new ball game.
Absolutely. Bovitz in to kick the PAT. Snap is mishandled, and they're going to go for 2, but it does not work. And even though it didn't work, that's a heads-up play there by the holder to realize, hey, I didn't get the hold cleanly, I didn't get it, and the kicker's not going to have a chance. Pick it up and try and do something with it. That's great awareness by the team.
Right. That's you practice that on your special teams day every week. The old fire drill, something happens, you yell fire, and everybody goes running to their assigned spots in the end zone. Just didn't get anything behind that ball. He was rushed in a hurry.
So it is tied at 6 apiece here in this Class 4A state tournament game between the North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. North Branch gets on the board on a 10-yard rushing touchdown from Preston Peterson. Great fakes all along the way, and North Branch will now get set to punt or kick it away to the Rocori Spartans. And with the win, that should, you hope, pin them deep with 4:46 to go here in the third quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, helping you find a smile you will embrace forever. They also have your customized smile journey. It starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontic wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. So Bobbitz will get set to kick this one away, and this one will be on a tee, so no chance of it getting away unless the wind does blow it over. I mean, that's very possible as well, so shouldn't say it has no chance, but little to no chance, as he will get set to kick this one away from the 40 with 4:46 to go. And there's the boot, and this will be more of a pop-up one to the 30, and it'll be taken in at the 25, a behind, or over-the-shoulder catch, I should say. Oh, no, he makes a couple men miss, and he's finally pushed out of bounds near the 40. So Rocori going to get a decent return on that one, and they will have good starting field position for their offense.
Yeah, so they've built a 5-4 wall there. There's about 30 yards where there's nobody in there. If you just pop that up just a little bit further back at an angle or towards the middle there could have been a potential for it to get them to get down there for the maybe a little recovery there. Again, they come back. Rocori comes back out here. Defense just got an INT on the last one here, so now they come back out 2-by-2 with the running back to our side. Back to Spanier. He's going to pass it. Goes deep into the wind.
Oh, and they're going to throw the flag there.
I'm sorry. That's a terrible call. That is a terrible call. They were both bumping each other. That was not a defensive pass interference.
Yeah,
Sorry
they were both hand fighting on that one. I got to agree with you. I didn't think it was, and as much as the defender was holding him, he was grabbing the defender's arm. So I do agree with you on that one. I respectfully disagree with the referee. So that's going to give Rocori a free first down and good push up the field, and they'll spot it at the North Branch 47-yard line. So a penalty there on North Branch, which probably shouldn't have been, is going to set up Rocori with good field position at the North Branch 47.
We're in the state corners. Some of that stuff's got to be let go.
Let them play a little bit. And they will give it up the middle to Johnson, and he is hung on to by his jersey. He's going to be taken down. No gain. Excuse me, that is not Johnson. That is Dahl, and he goes nowhere. And hey, if you can get him, grab it. I mean, as long as it's not the face mask.
Well, North Branch is really going with that motion, so it's a good job to come back to that weak side. If he wasn't there, it could have went for if he didn't hold on, it could have been a big play for Rocori.
Trips to the right side of the formation, one at the top of the formation here for the Rocori Spartans. Dahl in the backfield with Spanier. He'll take the snap. He fakes the speed option. Now he's trying to run with it. He makes one defender miss, cuts it out to the left side to the 40, to the 35, and he'll jump out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So that should be enough for a first down. It will be on a gain of about 12 for Spanier, and North Branch missed a great opportunity to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, they had him in the back. About 2 or 3 of them are back there on the sack, and Spanier just did a nice job of missing a couple of potential sacks there and squirted out there for a 12-yard gain.
So they will do trips to the right of the formation again. Low man on the left side. It will be a new running back to the left of Spanier. Dahl checked out, and they will take the snap. He'll look to his right. He's looking to his right still. That one is thrown incomplete. And if you're going to call a PI, that was more of a PI than the last one.
100%. That was defensive pass interference on that one.
So maybe they give one, and they got one there for the North Branch Vikings. Incomplete on that pass attempt from Spanier. And believe it or not, before that, his lone pass attempt was an interception. So that one is incomplete as they look to go hurry up here. Again, same formation as the last time. Spanier with the running back to his left. It's 3:47 to go here, third quarter. We're tied at 6. Spaniard takes a snap. He looks to his left. He's going to roll to his left. He's under some pressure, and he's trying to get the sack, but he's going to have some room, and he slips out past the 25, and, they're going to give him at least this side judge gave him an extra yard. He will get to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 11 there for Spaniard, and it's another first down for Rocori before he jaunted out of bounds.
Great pressure to start, just not breaking down to make the sack. They get there, and they just are not doing a very good job of breaking down on him, and Spaniard's got a lot of athletic ability to him, and he was able to pick up another double-digit gain.
Tied at 6, and there is another flag, and that will go against North Branch, and that'll be their 4th penalty of the game. And that is not what you want if you are North Branch. That's your 2nd penalty of the drive, no less. That'll give them another free 5 yards, and instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and medium.
Yeah, 1st and 5 for the Spartans.
So they will go with, looks like 2 receivers on each side. Running a receiver in the slot on that left side. He is going to come in motion left to right, and he will move into the slot on the right side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way. He's got no room, but he cuts it back, and now has got some room, and he manages to fall forward past the 20 to about the 17-yard line. It's a gain of close to about 2.
Did a nice job of stringing that out. North Branch, they just over-pursued a little bit there, and Spaniards again be able to cut back and get a gain of about 2 there.
So that was, again, 1st and 5. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Two receivers at the left of the formation, one to the right. They've got a man as a tight end blocker in the back there, but they're going to give it up the middle, and he is quickly up the field. And I mean quick. He's to about the 8-yard line in the blink of an eye. A gain of 9 there for the running back. I did not see the number of the ball carrier that time, but they're going to go no huddle, so it doesn't really matter.
21.
And that is Mason Dahl on the carry. And they will go quick no huddle. 2 receivers on each side. Looks like they got a tight end on the left side who's kind of hidden. They're going to give it up the middle again, and the ball carrier is breaking off tackles. Can he get there? No. North Branch does a good job to hold him up, and he will not get there. So North Branch at least holds the ball carrier, and they are not blowing the whistle here that fast. They are letting them battle in the pile, and it looks like we've got an injury here for Rocori. Again, not what we want to see. We want everyone to be healthy, and while he gets looked at, we will take a commercial break. We're tied at 6 here in the state quarterfinals in Class 4A. You're listening to football on WCMP.
No appointment? No problem. Injuries and feeling ill don't always happen during normal business hours. That's why Wellia Health has urgency services open 7 days a week. Urgency Services in Pine City offers the care you need when you need it. Hours are now 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week. No need to call or make an appointment. Just stop in. When tomorrow isn't soon enough and normal business hours just won't do, you can count on Wellia Health to be there for you. Live life well at Wellia Health.
It's almost time to start pushing snow. Sorry, just the messenger. Thankfully, Minnesota Equipment in Isanti has affordable machines to do the heavy lifting. Any size property. Toro and Aaron's walk behind snow blowers. Oh, you got land, huh? How about John Deere lawn and garden tractors? Or a compact utility tractor? Minnesota Equipment has them in stock. Snow removal doesn't have to be backbreaking. Not if you get into Minnesota Equipment. Highway 65 in Isanti. Or visit minnesotaequipment.com.
Back here on WCMP. Over on KBEK 95.5 FM, Malacca leads over New London Spicer at halftime 14-6. So Malacca with control there in that one. In Class 3A quarterfinals over in Elk River. Of course, Ogilvie, the other local team we cover, will not play until tomorrow night, and they play against Fertile Batrami. But it is 2nd down and goal from the 2 for Rocori. They are marching trips to the right, lone receiver on the left. Spaniard takes a snap. He is wrapped up in the backfield, and he will go nowhere but backwards. And the North Branch Vikings finally take him down for a loss. It seems like they've gotten a chance a couple of times, but that time they finally are able to wrap him up.
Great job of coming up. Looks like they're going to run speed option here to the short side. Should be third and goal now, about 7. Did a nice job. 3 guys there to make the play. Had nowhere to go.
So 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We're tied at 6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Third and goal, like you mentioned, from the 7. We'll have a bunch set on that right side. Looks like the tight end and another offensive line, and they will look to the left. They got a man in the end zone. Touchdown. Hunter Nistler is the man who caught the ball there for the Rocori Spartans, and just a simple slant route.
Yeah, I was going to say, just a simple slant route from the outside side. Had man coverage. He was able to get behind the linebackers there, wide open window, and he was in there for a touchdown there. There was North Branch been bringing a lot of pressure up the middle. They've had to blitz a little bit here to cause some pressure, and sometimes when you do that, that's what you get. That's what happens.
Rocori will go for 2. Send a man in motion from left to right. He will just be a motion man. He'll go out to the right side of it, and it'll be, it will be Style who takes it in, and that'll make it 14-6. And how important is that 2-point conversion for Rocori?
Yeah, it just means that North Branch is going to have to go for 2 on their one as well. So, again, great response by Rocori. Throw an interception, get scored on, come right back down the field, and get the touchdown on the scoring drive. Looks like it was they got the ball at about the 4:40 mark, so about 3-minute drive there, and went about 62 yards in 3.5 minutes, or 3 minutes.
So 14-6 with 1:45 left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the heavy insurance lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. North Branch trails by 8 now. It was a 6-0 lead for Rocori after a 3-play drive in that first half that gave them a 6-0 lead. North Branch twice went into Rocori territory deep, but were stopped on 4th down, so they went into halftime 6-0. Rocori started the half with the ball, but threw an interception on their first drive, and North Branch went down and scored on a Preston Peterson touchdown run. And then this last drive, they went down, did Rocori, and scored on a pass from Spanier to their receiver Nistler into the end zone, and that is what gives them the 14-0 lead, of course, after completing the 2-point conversion.
Rocori will have to kick into the wind on this one, so scoring early here, so you have to kick into it. They will have the wind for the fourth quarter, though, as we go into this. Wind still blowing pretty good here, looks like on the flagpoles.
There's the boot. It is downfield. It's going to be taken in at about the 22-yard line. And trying to make a man miss. It's Boyk. Cuts it out to the left side to the 35-40. Trying to make a man miss at the 45. And he gets pushed out of bounds at the 50. A great return there by Vincent Boyk. And he'll be pushed out at around, they'll spot him, looks like the 49-yard line. So Boyk with a good return there, making something out of nothing. And, I mean, what a cutback by Boyk at about the 25-yard line. He cut it to the outside and picked up an extra 24 yards.
Yeah, everybody kind of crashed in for Rocori. There was no outside contain. He was able to get outside. Nobody was out there. It was a mad chase there to the 49-yard line, the North Branch 49-yard line. So great field position to take over here to start the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter here. So we'll see how North Branch does. That trap play started to work here in that last possession, so we'll see what happens here.
Peterson will give it up the middle. No one said he'll keep it. He's got some room to run off the right side of the line past the 45. Still turning his legs forward. He won't be taken down, and they will blow the whistle with him still standing. So it'll be a nice, decent gain there for Preston Peterson to the Rocori 40. Looks like 3-yard line. So a gain of 8 for Peterson.
What I noticed as well is they've kind of went to that 3-high shell here now. So they've taken one guy out of the running game here with having 3 guys back. So instead of having 9 guys up, they have 8 guys up. So that will open up some running lanes for the Vikings.
Of course, with the win, they want to make sure they don't give up any big pass plays. Peterson under center, and the power T will give it off on the left side to Vincent Boyk. Boyk again, and he'll get it near the 35. That knows the ball might just be touching, but that's enough for a first down for North Branch, and they'll officially place him at the 36. So a gain of 6 there for, that is Boyk off the left side of the line. A new set of downs here for North Branch with 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
With that guy on the outside here was blocking. He could have got that head on the outside and kicked him in. I think he had the outside lane there to go, but that guy here did a great job of setting the edge, containing, and kicked him back in for the tackle.
25 seconds to go. Power T formation. Preston Peterson takes the snap. He's going to give it up the middle. No, instead he'll keep it. And this time he's wrapped up, but he breaks off of one tackle, and then he's going to be pushed back. And the whistle blows. And maybe a gain of one, if anything. And that will get close to the end of this third quarter. We've got about 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and that will be the end of the third quarter. The North Branch Vikings trail the Rocori Spartans 14-6 as we head to the fourth and final quarter. We'll take a commercial break. You're listening to State Tournament Football here on 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP.
Choose the right divorce attorney. Spear and Swanson will make sure the judge knows your side of the story. Let them help you with your divorce, custody, child support, harassment, or orders for protection. They also handle DWIs and other legal matters. The right divorce attorney does make a difference. That's why you need to choose Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-620-7586.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350, of course, WCMPradio.com. Your North Branch Vikings trail 14-6 against the Rocori Spartans here in Blaine in this Class 4A state quarterfinal matchup. Winner will be on to the U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings, next week, and then they'll have a week off before coming back in December for the championship game. So that's definitely a big change there. Instead of having these guys play the day after Thanksgiving or 2 days after, they're giving them that week off. Then they'll come back December 3rd. I think it's 3rd and 4th. They'll come back for the championship games back at U.S. Bank Stadium, but that's kind of nice to give them that week off.
NFL Thanksgiving night football for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep. This give up the middle to, I think that's Boyk, and Boyk with a strong run to the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about 5 yards. Actually, a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down and 5. Maybe 4. So 3rd down and 4 now for the North Branch Vikings, and Boyk, he's going to have to take over for Kroll, and so far so good, but it's 3rd down and medium now for the North Branch Vikings, and they're no strangers to this position.
No, 2-down territory here from here on out, and they're in a good position here to go to get this first down.
And the Peterson will keep it, and he goes up the field. And Peterson, he's not going to quite get there. He'll get about 3.5, so he won't get quite to the first down. But I want to say that he did a great job of not stringing that out any more than he needed to. He cut it upfield very quickly because he's seen that side of the field was getting cut off quickly.
Yeah, and we got an injury on the field for North Branch.
And we get another one down, and I can't see who it is, but either way, don't want to see that happen for these young men out there. With 10:58 to go here in the fourth quarter, North Branch trails 14-6 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Find out more at embracemn.com. Injured North Branch Viking down over there on the far side of the field.
Just trying to see who it is, hoping it wasn't Preston for North Branch because that was where it was happening. Looks like it was a lineman, 79, 78, lineman. Monson maybe. Sorry, it's really far away, I can't see.
Yeah. So hopefully he's okay, just a stinger. So 4th down and a solid yard here for North Branch, and this is huge. 10:58 to go, so they'll have plenty of time, but this is still big.
Yeah, so again, it's 4th and 1 here. Again, North Branch has been here before here and have come up short. Let's see if they can make it here on this one.
Peterson takes a snap. He gives it to Boyk off the left side, and I don't know if he got there. That's close, but, I don't know.
Oh, he's saying the line judge is saying it is. It is a first down.
He was close, and they will have enough. Wow, just enough, if anything. That is close for Boyk. He has a yard, and that's all he needed.
I think if Boyk would have put his head down and just went, he would have had the first down, but he stutter stepped there in the hole, and then they caught up to him. It's that down and distance. You got to know what it is, and then just put your head down and make sure you get it.
And that's tough. You want to make a play, but again, like you said, got to be aware of where you're at. First down and 10 for the North Branch Vikings. Peterson will take the snap. He's going to take it himself to the left side of the field. He makes one man miss, and then he's to about the 22 before he's face masked, like you said, so that'll be a free 15 and a first down.
It looked like it was should be a 15-yarder. It looks like the head snapped there, but we'll see it's 5 or 15.
I forget that they do have the 5 and 15 in high school football. It's not the 15 they have. So it will be the 15-yard variety, and it'll be a free first down for North Branch. That'll put the ball at around the 11-yard line, and it'll be a new set of downs for North Branch.
Yeah, so he'll get the yardage, and then he'll get the 15 or half the distance from about the 11-yard line.
So it'll be first down and 10 here for the North Branch Vikings at the 11 with 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Peterson will line his team up under center power T formation. Peterson takes the snap. He gives it up the middle instead he keeps it off the left side. A fake to Robillard, and he keeps it off the left side of the line. And he'll be a pickup of about 3-4 yards for Preston Peterson.
It looks like he's about an 8-yard line. Second down and 7.
3:35 to go here in the fourth quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your North Branch Vikings trail 14-6 here in this Class 4A state quarterfinal matchup between the North Branch Vikings and the Rocori Spartans. Winner moves on to the semifinals next week at US Bank Stadium. Preston Peterson, power T formation once again. Peterson, he takes the snap. He's going to give it off the left side to Boyd. No, he'll keep it himself. And he was close. I thought he had that lane, but that lane closed quickly off the left side, and he will be to about the 2-yard line. Maybe the 3. So pick up a 5 there for Preston Peterson. And
they do a great job of making sure he cuts back in. They set that edge, and then they're able to get there. So again, 5 yards though. Again, perfect position. 3rd and 1, 2 downs to pick up 1, and then 4 to pick up 2 or whatever you get on this. So again, they're in a great position here.
Preston Peterson under center takes the snap. He looks to give it up the middle to Robillard, and is he in?
Touchdown.
He is. Sam Robillard from 2-3 yards out. And Robillard will have his first touchdown on the evening, and that will put them within 2, 14-12. North Branch does get on the board, but an important 2-point conversion coming up right here.
You got to tie it right now. You might have only one possession left potentially each team with 8:28. The way North Branch has been able to run the ball, control the clock, and just run the ball, like I said. So it might only be one possession yet left for each team. So this could be a big unbalanced line here for the Vikings.
And give is up the middle. He didn't get it. And I think that would have been the situation there where Peterson probably could have kept it because it looked like they had everything stacked in the middle.
Yeah, North Branch went unbalanced to our side, so to their right side, and then they tried to run behind them quickly, and they just wasn't able to get it. And another North Branch player is down.
So another North Branch player down there. The 2-point conversion is no good, but North Branch brings themselves within 2, 8:28 to go here in the fourth quarter. North Branch trails by 2 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, Dr. Seaver is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today. Of course, they also help you find a smile you'll embrace forever at embracemn.com. So we'll take a commercial break. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. You're listening to Football on WCMP.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for high school students and the community to learn more about college options. College Knowledge Month is meant to provide future students with the preparation, opportunity, and support needed to apply to college. Join PTCC for a nursing program information session on October 26th at 2:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu.
Back here on 100.5 FM, WCMP. In that game over on KBEK, Malacca leads, but it's only a 2-point lead. Funny enough, it's the same score, 14-12 over there in Elk River. Malacca over New London Spicer in the fourth quarter. So 2 close games here this evening for our local teams. Of course, the winners will move on. The loser season will come to an end. And again, 2 close games. North Branch has a chance still, and if you get a turnover, if you're North Branch, well, that spills everything in your favor because all you need, you could go for a field goal, but they're going to probably go and want that touchdown.
Yeah, especially going into the wind this half. So, yeah, they're going to go for it again. You're going to be kicking into the wind here. It looks like the injured player was Johnstone. He's the tight end and plays defensive end for the Vikings, so hopefully nothing major with him.
And North Branch, we've seen last week them kind of kick a deep onside kick, but they almost got there twice. And it was Boyk and Kroll who almost got to it both times. I wonder, do you even attempt something like that here?
You might be able to. It'd be interesting to see that, like I said, there's a little bit of room there, but again, kicking into the wind, they should have it covered pretty well. And Rocori, I'm sure, has scouted really well, and they have seen that not a, I wouldn't call it an onside kick, but they pooched it, and Cloquet last week just kind of watched it bounce around, and North Branch got on it. But there are some seams where you might be able to put it in, at least make it dirty so they can't catch it on the run and get more yards out of it. They've been doing a good job getting around the 35-yard line to start, so it's not that it's still a long field to go to in high school football.
And here will be the kick. And there it is. They'll go the opposite way. It'll bounce, and well, never mind. It doesn't bounce. It was taken in on the run over the shoulder, and he'll slide down behind the 35.
I think North Branch was offsides. I think there's a penalty down there. Is that what I see?
Is there?
Yep.
So it will be another penalty here for the North Branch Vikings on Landon Ullman. That is their 5th penalty of the night, and not ideal. And North Branch will go over and get a word from their coach on what they want to do here. Is that'll back them up 5 yards to the 35 instead of the 40. So North Branch going to have to kick it from 5 yards closer to their own end zone. And it'll be interesting to see what they do here because they're going to get a word at the sidelines, and I can't imagine that's not for nothing.
The Rocori head coach is not very happy with that little huddle there. He was giving it to the white hat in the end zone.
Well, either way, North Branch will do it again from the 35-yard line instead of the 40, and they will look to kick it away. Of course, that is Bovitz getting set to kick it away as North Branch trails 14-12. And there's the kick, and it will be again to the left side. And, it's to the right, excuse me. And it'll be taken in, and sliding down is the Rocori player. Just past the 45, maybe the 46, 47-yard line is where they'll start on this drive for Rocori with 8:26 to go. It will be the 47-yard line. So where the nose of the ball will sit here for Rocori. And this will be their 3rd possession here of the second half with 8:26 to go. They lead 14-12, and they go and score in 2-point conversion. Well,
be tough.
That'd be just about it. But 2 receivers on each side. There'll be a speed option, and now they'll toss it out to Dahl. Dahl tried to get around the defender. Instead, he's tripped up back to the 45. It's a loss of 2.
Looks like Johnstone is back in for the Vikings. That's good to see.
And he makes the stop there and a shoelace tackle, but it's a tackle nonetheless for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 at the 45-yard line of Rocori with 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And if you're North Branch, that is huge because that sets them back. And it'll be 2nd and long with 2 receivers on top and bottom of the formation. Spaniard takes the snap. He's going to look deep. He's got a man deep, and can he beat the coverage? And he does it. Oh, he had it on his fingertips. He dropped it, and lucky for North Branch because that's a touchdown. So it will be 3rd and long, and now that I say that, might have been caught. It gives enough time to North Branch, but then potentially down by more than 8. So for North Branch, they catch a break there.
They went all zero coverage, man-to-man, nobody in the hole, the free safety. It was all man-to-man coverage. So Rocori's got to see that, maybe recognize we got to go back to something like that again. It could be there.
3rd and 12, 7:47 to go. Send a man in motion from left to right. He will go into the slot. Spaniard takes a snap. It'll be a screen, and no one there for North Branch, and he has got room to run, and he is gone. Gabe Johnson from 55 yards out. And I mean that's just a really good play call.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker. Also, maybe a little unsportsmanlike there on 22, waving bye-bye as he goes into the end zone there.
That's a little
show a little character like you've been there before.
A little bit of unsportsmanlike, and I think I've seen, I don't remember what game it was this year, but we had an unsportsmanlike penalty on a touchdown run on something like that. So lucky he didn't get a flag there. But good news for North Branch is if they can't hold them, they'll be only down by 8 with plenty of time.
Right, but you got to get the stop here.
Big time stop needed here for the North Branch Vikings, and they roll out to the right. They got a man corner of the end zone. Oh, he was left alone, and that will make it a 10-point lead here for Rocori, and that doesn't do it. There's plenty of time left, but if you're North Branch, that's huge.
Yeah, you really need to get that 2-point conversion stop, and they just weren't able to. A little out by the tight end, it looked like. So it was 2-point conversion is good. Now it's a 2-possession game, so North Branch is going to have to move a little more quickly now to get the have to score and get an onside kick the way it's been going.
22-12, Rocori with the lead, 7:36 to go here in the fourth quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. Find out more at embracemn.com. Yeah, that's kind of a backbreaker there for North Branch, and you know what? That's just a good play call too by Rocori because North Branch had no clue that screen was coming. They hadn't run something like that all night either, and they went heavy with the motion, but they came back the other way with the little screenplay. Again, got to give credit where it's due, but North Branch, that's a tough one for them, and then the 2-point conversion as well. So down by 10 now with 7:36 to go. Again, still plenty of time, but it's going to take a lot for North Branch.
Right, so again, it's just that aggressive defense. What you do against aggressive defense is you do something like that, run a screen. They run a jailbreak blitz. Everybody's coming. Nobody was on this side of the field. Great call by Rocori, and it was 55-yard touchdown.
And that one's going to be out of the back of the end zone with the wind to his back. And it'll be out of the end zone. The North Branch Vikings will start on their own 20-yard line with 7:36 to go, trailing 22-12. And all of a sudden, now for North Branch, you don't necessarily have to speed things up per se, but if you want a chance here, you're going to have to go a little bit quicker, get an onside kick, and score once again.
Right. A lot of time left, but the way they've been moving the ball methodically down the field, they'll have to pick it up a little bit. I've been noticed play clock's been about 20 seconds out of the 40 seconds. They're taking half it out by the quarterback gets there, so they'll have to speed that up just a little bit more to get to the line quicker to see if they can get a score here quick.
And good news for the Vikings, too. They got all 3 timeouts. They haven't had to use one here in the second half, and go up the middle with, I believe, Robillard, and he won't get much. Maybe a yard or 2 there for Robillard, and it'll be a 2nd down and 8 to go with now 7:20 to go.
They kind of did a little misdirection there. Everybody in the backfield went one way, and the fullback Robillard went the other way.
7:10 to go, and we'll reach under 7:10 as the snap is taken by Peterson, and Peterson will take it out to the outside, nowhere to go really, and he's swallowed up quickly past the 25 to about the 27, so he will pick up 5, and it'll make it 3rd down and 3, excuse me.
Just that midline play they've been having a little bit of success with there on the left side. Just went under 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Preston Peterson will take his men to the line, 3rd down and 3. Power T formation. Preston Peterson takes the snap. He tosses out to the left, and that is Boyk. And Boyk, he got the 1st down. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 for North Branch on the 3.5-yard carry by Boyk. And it will be at the 30-yard line, and they're going to have to, I would think, get going a little bit quicker here.
Yeah, they're getting in and out of the huddle a little bit more now, so it'll be they'll be getting in here quicker as they go.
Power T formation. Preston Peterson takes the snap, and he gives it up the middle to Robillard, and he has nowhere to go. And Robillard does pick up a couple on the carry, but not enough, and it'll bring us to 6:10 left here in the fourth quarter on that 3-yard carry from Robillard. And
going quick now.
There's the no huddle. He'll give it up the middle. No, he'll keep it himself off the left side. He'll get past the 35. He'll spin forward and roll to about the 38-yard line. We'll pick up a 5, and it'll be third down and 2.
Nice pickup there. They're going quick, getting to the line, going right away at the 38-yard line. Gain 6 there.
5:40 to go, fourth quarter. Pearson under center, takes the snap, gives it off the left side to Boyk. Boyk on the left side. He gets past the 40 to the 45. It'll be enough for a first down. That's a gain of about 7-8 yards on that carry for Boyk.
8-yard gain there. They're on the line, and away they go. Hey, North Branch saying you can run no huddle weekend too, I guess, huh?
5:20 to go. Preston Peterson, power T, takes a snap, gives it up the middle to Robillard, and Robillard breaks through the line, and then he is stopped at they're going to give him to the 48. I definitely looked like he got to the 49. I thought that's where the nose of the ball stopped, but they're going to put him at the 48, so only a gain of 2 there for Robillard.
Back to the line again, going quick, just going under 5 minutes here to go in the fourth quarter.
Oh, too bad they couldn't take the snap. Defense had a man running off late, and that will cause Rocori to take a timeout. So if you're North Branch, might have gotten a break there, but you also could have gotten a couple free five, on that one. So that's unfortunate, but a timeout does help as well. 4:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. North Branch trails 22-12 here against the Rocori Spartans on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics, they will do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget at embracemn.com. Fourth quarter, under 5 minutes to go here. North Branch is driving. The timeout called there by Rocori. They'll have 2 left, and it's been a good one here, as it looks like over on KBEK, Newland and Spicer has taken a 18-14 lead over Malacca.
Good game over there. Newland Spicer has been traditionally a really power team in the past, and going to state quite a bit. I remember seeing them quite a bit, and Malacca's had some up and down years, more down than up, and it's good to see them back in the state tournament again.
So when we get out of this timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 48, and 4:56 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Your North Branch Vikings trail by 10, 22-12, but are moving the ball, and they're going to have to speed things up a little bit more in order to have time if they were to get the onside kick. And, he is absolutely swarmed upon behind the 45. And he had really no chance to kind of get that one off. They're going to spot him at the 43. A loss of 5 on the sack. So 3rd and long with now 4.5 to go. And this is tough here.
Yeah, you're not always built for this type of situation in this offense, but you got 2 plays to try and pick this up, get half of it here, and you're right back on schedule.
And Peterson, he breaks off an arm tackle, lowers the shoulder to the 50, and that's where he's going to be. Oh, my goodness, they have got to blow the whistle. He just got thrown down, and his head hit the turf pretty hard. I mean, you've got to blow the whistle there. You're putting kids in danger with doing that. He will get to the 50.
4th and 6 now. Game, big part of the game right here with 3:58 and counting to go. North Branch is going to need to pick up about 6 yards to keep this drive going.
4th and 6 at the 50, 3:45 to go. Peterson lines up under center, and he takes a snap. He's going to roll out. He's looking to pass. He throws it just up in the middle, and that is incomplete. And that will give it back to the Rocori Spartans. It's not over yet, but that does a good job to get it close.
Yeah, it's tough. You got that throwing into that wind is not always the easiest thing. And the ball hung up there just a little bit, and Rocori was able to make some gains on it, and it was just they were just able to get to it again. Like I said, throwing into that wind is a little rough here. It's blowing pretty good from the south.
And that's tough for Peterson, because he really had no time to throw there, so he just had to chuck it up, and he got it downfield pretty far into the wind, but unfortunately not enough, and now Spanier will take it, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 6 there by Carter Drill. What a name there for a football player, Carter Drill with the tackle, and he'll lose about 6 yards there, will Jack Spanier. So And, of course, Rocori not worried about that. They're just worried about time, taking time off the clock. If you're North Branch, you can't really use timeouts because you're hoping to get a quick 3-and-out. It's not going to be quick per se, but a 3-and-out no less, and save those timeouts for if you were to go down and score after getting the ball back, and then save it to try and get the onside kick and go down and score again.
Right. They might be saving it here for this play here, see if they can get a stop here, call timeout, see if they can get them into a long situation.
And Spanier will hold on to it.
Fumbled.
And oh my goodness, he lost the ball. And I don't think North Branch even knew he lost it, because it looked like they were just kind of a late reaction to it. So I don't know if they even knew he lost it. Wow. And you talk about changing momentum. Man, that would have changed things drastically in this one, as that will put them at the 47. So they will pick up 3 yards with the fumble, but wow, did North Branch miss out on an opportunity.
Yeah, there was one guy on the tackle, and there was really nobody else around him. So when the ball popped out, he was still tackling him, and he was running towards towards the press box here, and there was 2 Rocori people there, and the one North Branch tackler. So they had the numbers there to get that one, but that would have been a huge turn for North Branch if they could have.
And not only that, if North Branch were to get to that, there was really no other Rocori player there for a solid second, so they would have had a chance at taking it to the end zone. But Rocori does jump on top of it. North Branch will call their first time out here of the second half. They'll have 2 remaining. They trail 22-12 here in the fourth quarter with 2:40 left to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Custom braces or Invisalign with 3 locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. EmbraceMN.com. Third down and long. They'll line up with a lone man at the left side of the formation. They'll have 2 receivers at the top of the formation with a tight end kind of offset. Ooh. They'll get a blitzer, and he wasn't offsides. I didn't see a flag, and he gets him down in the backfield to the 45, a loss of 2. And that, you talk about jumping the snap there. That is picture perfect right there.
Yeah, he timed that up just right, I guess. I say that with a question mark in my mind. It might have been in that line of scrimmage there. But
he might have gotten a little bit of a freebie, but either way, they do make the stop, a loss of 2, and it'll bring up 4th down. So another timeout called here by the North Branch Vikings. That'll leave 2:34 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter, with the Spartans leading 22-12 over the North Branch Vikings. So again, not over by any stretch of the imagination, as we'll see what Rocori decides to do. I can't imagine they won't try and punt this one to pin
with
North Branch back. Yeah, with the wind as well. But we've seen stranger things happen.
That's right.
I've seen a 4th down and 14 converted into an 84-yard touchdown run. So
that's right.
They have seen some crazy stuff, and it looks like they will go for it.
Unless it maybe a pooch punt or something. Yeah, he's gonna pooch it.
There is the pooch, and it will.
Nobody's back there.
Bounce at the 15 and roll, and
roll enough. Nope.
To the 5, and oh boy. So 2:25 left in the fourth quarter. North Branch is going to have to drive 95 yards in about a minute 20 just to save them about a minute to get the ball back and score again. So what do you do here? I mean, again, this offense not predicated on the pass. It's run, run, run. I can't imagine that you're going to be able to run too much.
Right. No, but there are times in this offense where you see it, that's like you won't ever think that trap will work, and next thing you know, you busted for 70 yards, and you're like, well, that we were trying to run out the clock. How did we score? But stranger things have happened. They're going to back up a little bit here, so there could be some running lanes. If you hit it right, you could be able to get one broke here. So you just have to see how it works out for the Vikings.
Power T formation for Preston Peterson. He takes the snap. He's going to fake the toss one way, and then he keeps it, and, well, he had a lane, but it closed up quickly. That's a good tackle by that edge defender there, and he probably saved that from going a good 15, 20 yards, and that will make it 2nd down and 9 on the gain of 1 from Peterson. And
right back at it again.
He'll give it to, was that Robillard off the left side? And he'll pick up a nice solid gain there from the 7 to about the 21. Pick up a 14, maybe even 15 yards for Robillard.
Looks like he got out of bounds, too, so that should stop the clock.
And that's good awareness there by Robillard to realize, hey, I got to bounce this out and get out of bounds. 1:57 to go here in the fourth quarter. Peterson takes the snap. He's going to give it out to Boyk, and that's the best defense to get. Oh, they're going to get a flag.
That'll be Volner. It's going to be a horse collar, it looks like, or face mask.
I thought he got his arm, but he reached up a little too high on the jersey. And
there's 3 flags that disagree with you, I guess.
I guess so. So we'll see what the call is as North Branch trails 22-12, 1:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. And we'll await the call. 2 fouls. So defense.
Oh. You know, I've hardly ever seen, I should say that, a running back called for a face mask.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, very interesting call. 6th penalty for North Branch, 2nd on Rocori.
Offsetting, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah. Hey, true. But I'm sure the coaches will certainly count that one. Peterson, he'll give it up the middle, and nowhere to go for Robillard. 1:45 to go. Robillard maybe picked up 2. 1:35 to go. Peterson will take the snap. He'll hand it off right. Nope, he'll keep it himself. He'll get to the 25-30, and it'll be wrapped up in the field of play. And now we've got a flag down in the backfield. That's going to be on North Branch. There'll be another holding call there on North Branch, so that will officially be their 6th.
And that hurts with high school football. High school football, the holding calls are from the spot. It doesn't go from the line of scrimmage. So it happened at the 25-yard line, so it's going to move it way back to the 15-yard line. So that's something that we got to work on as a coaches association and league, is to make that a spot from the line of scrimmage, because that's a huge penalty.
1:28 to go, and if I'm North Branch now, I think you got to start passing it. I understand, you might be able to pop one, but you're not going to leave yourself enough time if you score. So you're going to have to start throwing the ball here, maybe play some backyard football a little bit. Just start throwing it backwards. You never know, you might find a lane. And they'll try to run it, and he will get out to the outside. And
there's that. I think that's Robillard, Jacob.
Leave Robillard with the carry.
Jacob, the younger brother.
So Jacob Robillard with the carry. 3rd and 13. So the North Branch Vikings, 1:14 left possibly in their season. They're looking for a miracle here. As they take the snap, and Peterson will roll. That's Robillard. Jacob Robillard. Oh my goodness, he broke off the tackle. He's rolling back to his right, looking for a play to make, and it's going to get out of bounds maybe. Yes, he will. Well, he got out of bounds. That is a plus, but he took about 11 seconds off the clock, and if anything, you're seeing what Robillard can do with the ball in his hands.
Sophomore, I believe, so might be the new quarterback for them potentially next year. I don't know if I haven't seen Peterson, if he went out, if he was injured, or what happened there.
Maybe just trying to give someone a chance to chuck it deep and break something off. And 1:03 to go, and it's 4th down, and here's the game. 4th down and 8 to go for North Branch. And here's the handoff to the right side. Boyk, and not going to get there. He gets to the 30. That's not enough. It's a gain of 6, and that will end it. So that will pretty much do it. 56.5, and all we have left is to kneel out the rest of the clock. And Rocori is headed to U.S. Bank Stadium for the semifinals, and unfortunately North Branch has had a great, fantastic season, but it is going to come to an end here at the quarterfinals in Blaine.
Did what they needed to do, or they had their chances there, especially in the first half with those 2 possessions, just came up short. No points out of that. You look at it, lose by 10, you get both of those when you were close, then you never know. It could have been a whole different fourth quarter here.
56 seconds to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Dr. Sievers is committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Start today at EmbraceMN.com. There's the kneel down, and that will be pretty much it. We'll just see one more kneel down, and that will wrap it up. So North Branch, what a great season they've had. I don't think anyone expected them to be here in the section because Grand Rapids was the heavy favorite. They were undefeated. I mean, they were running through teams, and I mean, my goodness, they just looked like the absolute favorite. But North Branch came out with little help from Cloquet beating Grand Rapids. They came out, beat Cloquet pretty handedly, 34-6. But things will come to an end here at Blaine for North Branch as they fall in the state tournament quarterfinals to Rocori, 22-12. On that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, we're still got 7 seconds to go, but the teams are lining up. That's pretty much all we have left to do. There it is. 3, 2, and 1. There we go. It is final here in Blaine. The Rocori Spartans defeat your North Branch Vikings 22-12 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics helping you find a smile you'll embrace forever. Your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace Orthodontics wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom braces or Invisalign. They also will do all the heavy insurance lifting for you. And if you don't have insurance, ask about financing options. They'll find a plan to fit your budget. Find out more at EmbraceMN.com. We'll take a commercial break here. We're from our fine sponsors. We'll come back. We'll recap this game and hopefully give you an update on that Malacca game as well. You're listening to state quarterfinal football here on WCMP.
Hey, I'm Chad Greenway. When I was playing, I loved chasing down running backs. But you shouldn't have to chase your bank around when you're buying a home. Franzen Bank and Trust Mortgage Consultants will be with you stride for stride, like a linebacker on a running back, from pre-approval to closing and beyond. Let Franzen Bank guide you through the mortgage process. Learn more at franzenbank.com/getThere. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
End of the season means savings at Minnesota Equipment. Save big on remaining zero turns in stock. Bravely, Aaron's, Toro, and John Deere. Buy now with 0% financing available. That's 0 on zero turns. Need a walk behind instead? They got plenty of those too. On site and ready to go. The knowledgeable staff will get you the machine that fits your property size. Minnesota Equipment. Your neighbors. Your experts. Your neighborly experts. Highway 65 in Isanti or at minnesotaequipment.com.
Most Americans do not have a proper will or estate plan in place. Many of you listening have been putting off that important task for a long time. Stop waiting and contact Spear & Swanson today. Spear & Swanson can help you put together a tight legal estate plan to make sure the assets you've been working so hard to obtain get passed on to your loved ones in the way that best fits you. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City. Call 320-629-7586. That's 320-629-7586.
At Dungarvan, they are creating something really special and would like to add you to their amazing team. Dungarvan is looking for individuals who want to make a difference. If you are creative, solution-focused, or are simply looking to grow in your career, Dungarvan wants you. Dungarvan is looking to add experienced and committed human service professionals to support individuals with disabilities. We are currently hiring direct support and supervisor roles. Apply online at dungarvancareers.com or call 651-699-6050 to speak with a recruiter today.
Back here on WCMP, the North Branch Vikings fall here to the Rocori Spartans 22-12, and unfortunately they fall here. Their season comes to an end at the hands of the Rocori Spartans in the state quarterfinals, and that's a tough one for them to swallow. But it was a good game nonetheless for North Branch.
Yeah, great competitive, hard-fought game. North Branch did exactly what it wanted to do in the first half. It controlled the ball. A little worried about Rocori's offense. Can score points in bunches, and we saw that when they had the ball, but they were able to limit the first half. Think about this. Limit the first half to 3 total possessions. North Branch had 2, about 23 and a half minutes of possession of the football. Just could not capitalize. Got stopped at 4th and short at the 16, and then right at the end of the half, they got stopped at the 4-yard line. Those 2 possessions loomed large here in the second half. But again, second half they came out, got a turnover, Rocori threw an interception. North Branch was able to capitalize that, scored, made it a tie game. Rocori did a great job answering of its own, came back and scored. But again, North Branch was able to do what it wanted to do, control the ball, control the time of possession, do what it needed to do, won the turnover battle. Just that those big plays that Rocori was able to make were the difference in this game.
They really were, and unfortunately for North Branch, their fun season comes to an end now. You're going to look back and at the stats here real quickly, and of course these are super unofficial stats, by the way, but Preston Peterson wound up leading the team with about 89 yards on the ground. Then it was Logan Kroll who had to check out with a shoulder injury. There was 66 yards. Sam Roblard had 51 and 47 for Boyk. That comes out to about 253 yards on the ground. They had about 6 possessions here. They had 6 penalties on the game. They did take the ball away once, and they won the turnover battle here, but the penalties did kind of add up a little bit, but again, they did do what they wanted to do, hold on to the ball, but just those, I think it was the capitalizing, like you mentioned. They just were not able to capitalize twice, once on a 4th and inches and then once on a 4th and goal at the end of the first half, and you just can't help but wonder if that would have changed the face of this game at all. And, we can sit up here and say, oh, absolutely, but we just don't know because we don't know what Rocori would have done with the ball. But I think the second half showed that North Branch definitely had great defense to stop this Rocori offense. It was just the play that North Branch hadn't seen all night that Rocori ran to get them into the end zone from over 50 yards out. That really changed things and got it to a 10-point lead after the 2-point conversion. But you take that away, North Branch is right there. They're only down by 2, and that changes the look of this fourth quarter by a huge margin. But unfortunately, that did happen, and North Branch is going to go home and have their season come to an end. But they're probably gonna hurt for a while after this one, but when they are able to look back on this season, they're going to be able to look back and have a smile on their face because they did make it to state. They did play well in the quarterfinals. Yeah, you didn't capitalize sometimes, but you still made it to this point. Yeah, I think everyone else from your section and around you did not, and you were able to make it here.
Right. You always talk about, there's only one team from each class smiling at the end of the day when the season's all over, and that's the state champion. Every other team in every single class comes to this position in their season where there's going to be tears, there's going to be sadness, there's going to be the finality of it all. But what they really have to think about is they do have to hold their head up high and think about this is the first time that North Branch has ever been to the state tournament in football. This has been a program that has had some been in years where it's been in the same section as the heydays of Cambridge Isani.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to state if you're in that section. But had some low times as well, and just be able to build this program up and get here to this point, to be standing here and holding your heads up high, saying, we're the first team ever did. They'll never be able to take that away from you. So I think that's very proud. They should be very proud of the effort that they gave this year and what they were able to accomplish.
Absolutely. So North Branch season does come to an end. They will move on to their winter sports, and Rocori will be moving on to U.S. Bank Stadium next week. They will find out who they play here shortly. But over in Elk River, Malacca is still trailing New London Spicer 14-18 in the fourth quarter. So that one's coming near its end. So hopefully Malacca is able to pull that one out. We want to make sure our local teams are just continuing to move on. And I can't believe we had 3 teams move on to the state tournament. And that's just awesome for one sport. And we also had Rush City in state volleyball. They're still going to be playing tomorrow night. So stay tuned to WCMP and KBK morning shows on KBK at 7:30 and 8:30 with Rock and Robin Riley, and at 7:45 and 8:45 on 100.9 FM with Josh Ramirez for your sports updates. We'll keep you up to date on all of the action from the local sports around the area. Of course, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That's been Joel Lattimore. Joel, thanks so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure to have you here, and I look forward to doing hopefully more games with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ethan.
The final score again on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard: your North Branch Vikings 12, the Rocori Spartans 22. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gillen. That's Joe Lattimore. Have a great rest of your night and a great weekend.